Hello, everybody. We're back. It's been like 2 weeks since the stream because I was off last week. I was at Star Trek Las Vegas. I had a great time. Wonderful convention. I didn't film anything to put out as videos, by the way. I just was enjoying my time there. I spent time with family, and we had a great time. Met a lot of cool people. I got to meet Jeffrey Combs and Kirk Thatcher, which are two people I've always wanted to meet. So I was pretty happy about that. But I had a great time, but now I'm back. The reason that we didn't stream last week is because we left at 11 a.m. on Monday, and I was like, "There's no way I'm getting home in time." We didn't get home till 9 p.m.
We also had 3-hour Comic-Con special.
4-hour Comic-Con stream, yeah.
Wait, 4 hours, sorry.
It was a good break. So we're back, though, and we're going to be back on schedule every single Monday.
Oh, we got a Stadium World member for 6 months. How's everyone doing? Is it okay to get early birthday shout? My birthday is on Wednesday, August 14th. I'll be 35, unfortunately. Happy birthday, James World.
Happy birthday, James World. Thank you for all the support on the channel. My birthday was last Friday. That was fun. I turned 29.
I don't know why a lot of our birthdays are clumped together.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I know.
I'm all the way in December.
The funny part was I came home from this Trek convention and I saw 6 Trek people that I'd met had their birthdays 2 or 3 days after the convention. It's the craziest thing. But anyways, happy birthday, Jamie's World. So we're back to our normal stream. I know with Comic-Con I was like, we're not interacting with the chat because we got too much going on. We're back to our normal thing, though this week is a little bit heavy.
Oh wow.
Jamie will get a 10 member.
Just gifted.
We got Daz Gandol, Bryn Odison, Aaron Geets, Michael Flores, Joy Callan Girl, Steel, Jack Movie Johnny, Yukio Sakuri, and Common Pikachu.
Well, thank you so much, James World. That's incredibly generous, and I appreciate that a whole lot. It helps the channel out a whole lot because YouTube ad revenue is always fluctuating, but the memberships keep the channel stable. So thank you so much. That is, that's amazing. It really helps. It really helps keep us going. Amazing. I'm floored. I don't know how to continue. I'm just going to take a sip of my tea. I'm getting over a little bit of a throat thing, so kind of getting myself back up. So, Ryan, Kaus, you guys ready to do this? I think we should do a nice little rundown, everybody in our chat, in our text chat before we get going.
Welcome. Welcome. Hold on. Where is that?
Where's the participants tab?
There you go. Welcome, Alex Ashbourne, Jamie Squirrel, Jeremy Carr, Lord Jaffrey, LPH, Master Ben, Muteki T, Sentai Ranger 9, Swift the Crow, Spin Dash 54, SG4 Jason, Tomo K, Visible Ninja, and Zelchex, and Mohammed Deepo. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. Also, it's the first thing of the month. Where's the button? There's the button. I get to give 5 memberships. It's the first week of the month.
Hey.
There we go.
And thus we got Sig, Rabbit Man, Virgo, Jesse Hood, and Andy Stutz. Oh, $5 super chat. You're welcome for Jamie's World. You're welcome forever. Always support the channel by your channel highlights of K Weekly by tuning in.
Highlights of my week by tuning in, I'm assuming is the thing. Thank you. I'm so glad to be back doing these live streams. It felt weird last week when I didn't do it. All of last week felt weird because everything was just all different.
I didn't stream with you either, so yeah, it's weird.
Because on Tuesday I was like, I don't feel that great, and Kaus was like, "Cool, I'm not streaming either."
If you weren't wouldn't get a copyright struck, we just need to play the clip of Deadpool Wolverine and then walk out the train station with the song, it's just shirtless Kaus and Soundout.
It's true because Kaus works out more than I do. It's a fact.
Well, it is.
Yeah. I guess on that note, though, let me introduce a new feature on our thing. Welcome to the outline of today. Oh, I pointed in the wrong direction. The outline of today's show. So, in case you're wondering what order we're covering topics, here it is. There will be chapter markers for all of you watching it after the live, watching the VOD. You will have chapter markers now. I'm going to be doing that from here on out. I did it for Comic-Con. I was like, you know what, I should keep doing that. So this is our rough outline for everything on this week's show. So we're going to do an intro. We're going to talk about Batman Cape Crusader because I watched it and I ragged on it so hard with the trailers and the promotional material. I felt like I needed to talk about the final product. We're going to do some PSAs, Blu-ray news, entertainment news, comics, Bandai, Figuarts, Hasbro, G.I. Joe, Marvel, Star Wars, Transformers, Jakks Pacific, Masters of the Universe, McFarlane Toys. And at the end of the show, we're going to talk about all the Marvel Epic collections that got announced recently, because there's a ton. And then the DC Collected Editions catalog, which added 168 books. And I figure we'll talk about those. We'll not go into super in-depth with either of those two topics. We're going to kind of just go with like, hey, this is coming out. But we'll put those at the end of the show, so that way I don't bore toy people before we get to the toys. So, thinking and structuring. But on that note, Batman Cape Crusader, I thought it was fine. I wasn't like blown away by it, but I actually did enjoy it a lot more than the trailers and the marketing would have led me to believe, because I didn't realize it would be so like noir-y. And they didn't really like, lean into what the actual tone of the show was. But I enjoyed it. I thought some of the takes on some of the villains was interesting. I don't want to go into heavy spoilers. I really loved the Clayface episode. I think that was my favorite by far.
I think for me, it's a totally fine show. I just think, as a fan of Batman from all the shows and comics, I just feel like this version of the character, and basically, because I like the Gotham Police Department stuff. I think that's some of the strongest stuff in the show. But I think Batman himself, especially at reading how Chip Zdarsky writes him, especially how I love how Mark Waid writes Batman in his books, like and such. I just feel like he was very weak. I think the voice acting wasn't really great, and I just think
I will say the voice direction. I mean, this show tries to be Neo Batman the Animated Series, but it doesn't have an Andrea Romano.
I think
we don't give Andrea Romano enough credit for making BTAS amazing. A lot of that voice direction was her. I will say, in terms of casting, I think casting was solid. It's just some of the voice direction was weird.
Yeah, and like some of the takes of the villains are fine. I think Firefly, I really like Firefly. Two-Face was just kind of alright and such, but like
Onomatopoeia did not work in animation.
I did not like how they
Onomatopoeia did not work in live action. Onomatopoeia does not work outside of a comic book. DC stopped trying unless you're going to give us a Green Arrow show.
Wait, what version of Onomatopoeia are you talking about in live action specifically?
Superman and Lois.
Oh, I mean, I like the character. Yeah, I will say in terms of the power, I like the character story, but I think
the problem with Onomatopoeia is, as a character, he's threatening because he only speaks in sound effects, and in a comic book, they replace like the sound effect balloons with his words. But when you do it in animation, he makes sounds, and it makes it funny as opposed to scary because it's the auditory side of it.
Onomatopoeia could work if you have a very stylized show. Like I could see like a Spider-Verse style show.
Like the DC Nation Green Arrow short he was in.
Yeah.
The only time that Onomatopoeia was actually paired up with his represent hero.
Yeah. I think like Harley, I think this version of Harley Quinn, I was not too big on, mostly because I personally think it's not really Harley Quinn at that point. It's just kind of a female Hugo Strange how they handle her.
Yeah,
like, I
liked it, but I was like, I'm not getting Harley vibes, right?
Yeah. Because I think as a villain, I am experienced how they handle her episode. But I think as a villain, she was good. That's not really Harley Quinn at that point. Like I know Harley was a psychiatrist, but not like the way they were handling her was more with Hugo Strange and Harley Quinn. Zell.
There was something I was trying to remember that. Oh yeah, the Clayface episode I loved though. I absolutely loved the Clayface episode. That was like my favorite. I love the Penguin. I loved Oswalda Cobblepot outside of her awful name.
I wish they use her more. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish she wasn't a episode 1 only character. I feel like she could have been a great ongoing villain. The rest of
it was funny. I was watching the show. My dad was like, "Why didn't they name her Osla? That way you still get the Oz sound and it without so many syllables." And I was like, "Yeah, exactly." Like even when they say it in the episode. Nobody can say Oswalda naturally. It just doesn't.
Did he even say her name? I don't think he even say her name that much in the episode.
Rupert Thorne says it once, and it just comes out just like because it's too many syllables.
I
thought she was great though, and I like that she had a completely different dynamic than every other Penguin we've seen. So,
I think a lot of my problems with the show could definitely be improved by season 2 because I feel like there's a lot of potential here. It just I feel like 10 episodes was too short. Where I think because I think the
it did
problem
feel like
of
half a season. It really didn't feel like a full season.
I think because the Cake Crusader was more, it was definitely episodic than say My Adventure Superman, which is full narrative. Which I thought My Adventure Superman both seasons worked for the 10 episodes they had, but Cake Crusader, I feel like a lot of time I went, wait, that's the end of the episode scenario with Cake Crusaders. I think that's
I also didn't
for me.
like the opening credits just being like, look at all
Oh,
of our
boring.
producers. No, not only boring, but it's like, look at all of our producers. Oh yeah, there's a writer and director here, and I'm like, God, these I gotta say, I don't like to pass judgment on producers, but this is also from my experience with producers in the industry. The producers on the show are the most stuck-up people I can find because they just constantly talk about how great they are, and then they put their names all over it, and I'm like, what did you actually do on this?
Or like you have I see J.J. Abrams. Remember, he's in part of this project. I think people forget he's part of this project.
I don't even
and
think
Matt
he was.
Reeves.
I think he was. I think J.J. Abrams at one point was, but I don't think he actually really contributed anything.
I think J.J. Abrams
is too
and
busy
Matt
with his
Reeves.
movies to really do anything.
Yeah, I think literally those two just had their names on this project. They funded it, and that's it. That's why they're producers.
But I was like, why is the credits only just the producers and not any of the cast?
It reminds me of. It reminds me, about that horror movie Brightburn, the not evil Superman. They labeled James Gunn's name everywhere on that movie, even though he has literally nothing but a producer role. Like he just funded the project, and that's it. It was just his two brothers who directed that film.
Exactly. It's one of those things that I think that I like a lot of it, but it just felt like half a season, and I want to see more, which is good. I mean, the show hooked me in enough that I want to see more. But the standouts for me, I did like the Penguin episode. I adore the Clayface episode, and then I looked up who was the writer. And I was like, oh, it's Greg Rucka. Greg Rucka's amazing. But then I didn't like the Catwoman episode that much. So Greg Rucka's not.
No,
perfect.
I did not like that cat. I did not like that. My problem with the Catwoman episode.
Catwoman before, and I thought the Catwoman episode was kind of weak.
My problem with the Catwoman episodes, I feel like they could have done a really good way to connect Bruce's story and Selina's story into one story in that episode, but they didn't. It was two separate stories, which did not flow at all into each other.
I think. What was the other episode? Gentleman Ghost was weird because
that was boring for me.
What is DC's obsession with making Gentleman Ghost a Batman villain? Like he's not, and yet he keeps showing up in Batman shows.
I think my problem with Gentleman Ghost was kind of boring in that show. Gentleman Ghost is one of those goofy villains that I kind of wanted to be.
He's a Hawkman villain. He's not like normal.
Yeah. Just make it go all. I mean, that's why I love Bring the Bull. They went all out with Gentleman Ghost in that show. I mean, even Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
the Gentleman Ghost better. I feel.
I think Gentleman Ghost is a Hawkman villain. He's susceptible to nth metal and is made of magic. Of course, he's a Hawkman villain.
I think a lot of I think that's kind of my overall, I think with Cake Crusader, I wouldn't be more, I guess, annoyed that Cake Crusader and My Adventure Superman came out the same year, because there's a direct comparison I have in my head, because it's such how My Adventures only ended a month before Cake Crusader came out, so I'll have that distinct, it's too fresh in my mind, and I feel like My Adventure Superman is such a fresh take of the character.
Also
weird
flex, the Kite Man show's on right now, and it's not great, but I don't know what to expect with Kite Man more so than what I did with Batman was more predictable than Kite Man, so I kind of feel like I'm enjoying Kite Man a little more.
Kite Man gave Stephanie some screen time, at least. I did not like. I got really annoyed at all the Robins in the what was her name? Nocturne?
Nocturna. Yeah, I was like, are we doing a Robin? I was like, hey, look, you gave me redheaded Jason Todd again, but
I was waiting.
Why are all the Robins in the same orphanage?
I mean, I was waiting for someone to call Terrence. Terrence, are you there? Where are you?
But anyways, I'm gonna put it in B. It may raise up with the second season because what they teased at the end, but I think the show was better than I thought it was going to be. But I do think it struggles to get over its very uninteresting premise.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of DC anime, have you heard about the Mark Hamill patch update?
Oh, yeah. So, for those of you that haven't heard yet, the Mark Hamill Joker cameo in Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3 was patched recently on the digital. Because apparently they had the temp audio, like a temp track by one of the animators or something, for the Mark Hamill Joker cameo, and they did not put Mark Hamill's voice in the final movie when it was first released.
Oh wow!
We're getting literal patch updates
Nuts.
for movies now.
Movies get patches now, exactly.
I mean, movies have been getting patches since like No Way Home.
Yeah, it's true.
But like
Blu-rays, but yeah.
But the problem
Still
is the temp audio is still on the Blu-ray.
Is it? Because the Blu-ray's out now, right?
The Blu-ray's been out, and so the temp audio's on the. I'm hoping the trilogy pack fixes it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh man.
So if you don't have your Blu-ray connected to an internet, you're still stuck with that.
Yep.
Keep that Blu-ray. It might be. You could call it like the. It's
okay.
gonna
In like
become
6
rare
months,
eventually.
no one's gonna care about these movies, so it's not ever gonna have value.
6 months? Goddamn riot, get out here.
I already don't care about the Crisis movies now, but like nobody's gonna care about them in a year. Let's see. Andy Suits said, "Sorry, I'm at work, can't stay. Saw the notification. Want to say thank you so much for the channel membership. Love your content. I'm so glad you got a channel membership, and thanks for popping in. Enjoy. I was gonna say enjoy work, but I don't know what you do. So
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck at work. That's a better way to put it, right?
Yes. Yeah. Much better.
All right. So, anyways, with that aside, I haven't watched Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles yet. For anyone wondering, I'm behind.
I need to finish it, but it's great.
Cool.
Honestly, because it's some great stuff.
Is it better than Earthspark Season 2, which I don't want to go back to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't want to go back to Earthspark, to be honest.
Tales of TMNT is, I think, honestly, because I really like Beauty Mayhem a lot, but I think Tales of TMNT really improves a lot of stuff from the movie. Like, the Turtles... Turtles are a lot more fleshed out, and the animation is gorgeous.
Well, on that note, let's go to PSAs. Let's talk about the last 8 videos on the channel. So, last 2 weeks, we had this... Okay, so funny story. This Epic Collection video wasn't supposed to happen.
Because the Taiga Blu-ray got delayed.
The Taiga Blu-ray got delayed, so I couldn't film this... I'd filmed half the Taiga video. And I couldn't get the rest of it done in time before I left on my trip. So I was like, oh, what do I do? I'll just talk about Epic Collections. So I made this Epic Collection video, and it's got like 1,000 views. Like, for a temp throw-in video, that did pretty damn good.
Right, that is pretty good.
I think because I think it just I think it helps because I think what helps is I think Epic Collections are still. I don't think some people know what Epic Collections fully is. So I think that video is a really good oh, here's what Epic Collections are.
I got a lot of comments on it too. Like I did not. I kind of treated it as a temp throwaway, but it actually was a good video to make. So sometimes, and this is the lesson to anime fans. Sometimes filler can be important. Let's see. Dr. Grid mentioned the Blazar Blu-ray price. I'll mention this briefly. I'm going to talk about this in the video. So for those that are unaware, the Ultraman Blu-rays like Taiga are like a $40 MSRP, like a list price. Blazar is listed at $60. 2 reasons. 1, Amazon hasn't dropped the price yet. It's not going to be $60 when it comes out because Amazon always drops down from list price unless you're the Cow Ranger DVD set. But 60 is not going to be the final price. It's probably going to come down to about 40, I would guess. Most of the Ultraman Blu-rays are like 40 or less, whereas like I think Cosmos was 50 because it's more episodes. Ginga was 50. Blazar is 60. I don't think because of recency. I think because it's the actual dual audio release. All the episodes and the movie are in English and Japanese. So there's actually... It's actually not a 25 episode and movie set. It's a 50 episode and 2 movie set, when you really think about it.
And that's the thing is, I seen like people say, oh, like anime prices, compared to anime prices, but like you're getting more because $60, that's 13 episodes to do audio for a bunch of anime nowadays. This
actually, $60 for 13 episodes single audio nowadays because most dubs aren't making it out at all if they exist in the first place.
With the Blazar, you're getting 26 episodes plus a movie dual audio. And so that's that's
and with the Ultraman stuff, if you don't want to pay whatever price Blazar is selling for it release,
it'll go on sale.
It'll go on sale. Just wait, like how I wait on Geats. That being said, I'm buying Blazar at release because I want to do a video on it. because I think it's actually worth its money, unlike Geats. All right, the Hasbro pre-order problem video did pretty well. I saw a lot of coping in the comments, which was great because that video
was the network was the Soundout network inspired by the My Image of Superman Jimmy network bit?
So funny story about that bit. I was piling this stuff up, and my mom was like, "You should do a bit where it's like Jimmy Olsen's net worth, but it's your net worth." So props to my mom. She came up with that gag, and I was like, "That's perfect. I got to do that." I had fun doing that, but then it also after editing the video, I went to a mild depressive slump as to how much money I spent.
I know, right?
I was like,
I managed.
And I'm going to say, money I spent. It was not all just pulled straight from the account.
Here's a question: Can you justify tax? What's the term? Tax
deductions.
Or no? What's the term where you buy it for your
business?
Job?
Yeah, it's a tax deduction.
Yeah, tax. Yeah, tax deduction. Yeah,
tax deduction. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could try, but we'll see. All right, Mill Creek is back. Ultraman Taiga Blu-ray video. Delayed, but still great that it came out.
Speaking of the English stuff for Ultraman, because I'm really curious how they're gonna move forward, because the English stuff for ARC on the English Ultraman YouTube channel is a different video because it has English logos and English subtitles burned into the video. So it makes me curious how they're gonna do that moving forward. Is it because I know is that gonna be like two separate video file?
My guess is going to be like old Bandai Entertainment, where they're going to put the burned-in English, like the text that's part of like the on-screen credits they've turned to English for that ARC dub. That's going to be on both video. Like that's going to be the video, and then you'll have subtitles turn on and off, and then the English or Japanese.
I mean, honestly, it's easier because if you watch if you're sub only, you're getting all the in video subtitles for all the the in-universe text translated. It's helpful no matter what.
I think that's what's going to be. It doesn't work like that on YouTube because the YouTube
closed captions
and the Japanese upload is really for the Japanese audience primarily, and then they also let us watch it by putting subs. I think on the Blu-ray we're going to see something like how Bandai Entertainment and Funimation used to do, which was we changed the credits to English, but you can still switch your audio, and there's no hard subs. It's just going to be signs and credits. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, though, the Ultraman Taiga video came out, and then I did a video for Discotek asking the question how much Lupin is left, and I dived in deep, found out we're very, very close. Plus, I talked about Giban and Mazin Kaiser. So there we go. Shorts. Shorts are crazy. So I talked about these Power Rangers Archive Deluxe editions. I didn't They look neat, but I gotta tell you, and I didn't put this in the video because I try to keep it a little bit less opinionated when I'm talking about just the book. The artwork in the Hamilton Power Rangers comics is so atrocious. I don't think I can complain about art in any other comic again. It is so terrible. Bad. It is so bad. There's even an issue where they're talking about they morph with just the power coins, but the power coins are just basically they look like a coaster.
Floating?
They look like a coaster.
So it's a giant puck. They're holding a giant power coin puck.
And Kimberly loses her power coin because she uses it as a coaster for her drink. It's
don't they? Aren't the Megazords horribly drawn?
Oh yeah, it's got the Thunder Megazord where the chest emblem's actually the Saban logo and all that. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful.
Also talk about
this coaster's a Star Wars coaster I got from Hallmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, oh man, because I saw more photos. People are finding those DC compacts, and I'm really glad you are finding those and talking about those now. But man, I did not check how thick they were. I was surprised. Yeah, they're epic collection decks. Wow, for $10, you're getting a lot for $10 there.
And this won't be the last time I'll talk about Far Sector in this video. But I did the short versions of Deadpool and every Deadpool and every Wolverine.
And they did really well by the looks of it.
This always happens. The full length video does not do nearly as well as the shorts. But the Deadpool did 17K. The Wolverine did 74K.
Is that Hugh Jackman?
I gotta tell you guys, if anyone's wondering which is the more popular character, it's obviously Wolverine, right? Right, Cass?
I mean, remember he's anchor.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he's
anchor. He's the anchor point.
Yeah, exactly. He's anchor being.
Deadpool and Wolverine made $1 billion because of Wolverine, not because of Deadpool. I'm going to tell you that right here.
You need to play, the Madonna like a prayer song. Just let that video.
And then I was strapped for time, and my voice wasn't feeling great. My voice sounds terrible in this Marvel Comics Haul for July video I just slapped together. But hey, 797 people watched it, so I'm happy.
I was saying, they did alright numbers for a video like that. I mean, maybe the Deadpool video would. Hey, maybe the Deadpool video would do even better if you had the NSYNC song in the background.
Man, I wish I made these Deadpool and Wolverine videos after Deadpool and Wolverine, but they wouldn't have done as well as doing them before. All right, next up, let's check in on the McFarlane crowdfund for the Superpowers toys. I thought it was over, but it still says 9 days to go. That being said, it's at 24%, so I don't think it's making it.
Do we need to get the Majora's Mask, blank days before stuff here?
It's not happening.
Think it's making it. Nah.
It's not.
That moon's gonna crash into the earth.
The Rattler is currently at 13,509 backers. It has stalled out pretty. It shot up, blew past the first goal in the first weekend, and then just kind of stalled out a bit. We haven't quite reached tier 2. And I'm not sure if I'm backing it. I
think it's less
that's
about
probably
the
why
product.
it stalled right there.
Yeah,
A lot of people probably think the same thing.
It's not the product.
The product.
Yeah. It's the size.
Guys,
I don't know where I'd put a plane that is big.
You already have a helicopter.
Exactly. I don't even have the helicopter in hand yet, and I already don't know what to do with that.
You just see a punch a hole in your wall.
I know. I'm not saying I'm not backing it, but I'm also not backing it right now.
I think also the tier 1 stuff is a nice bonus. I think having the first tier be patches probably wasn't a big motivation to keep going.
No.
Honestly, I feel like.
Also, I gotta say the Baroness looks nice, but she's not gonna replace the Baroness on my shelf.
Oh, you guys, because it's a variant. It's a specific variant, varying Baroness, not like a normal Baroness.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like how I don't know what to do with the pilot suit Scarlet from my Sky Striker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do with this. She can only be a pilot. Anyways, are you guys ready for some Blu-ray news though?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let's do some Blu-ray news. All right, boom. It's Blu-ray time. So Godzilla -1 is coming out in the U.S. outside of the Godzilla Store exclusive import version. It seems to be released by Toho directly because I have not seen any studio listed.
Huh.
Well, because isn't there the first time, I'm very sure.
I think it's the first time they've done direct like that.
I mean, isn't there a Toho US now or something like that?
Yeah, there's something like that. There's a 4K UHD limited steelbook. There's a 4K UHD, a Blu-ray, and a DVD. All your formats are covered. Seems to be Japanese audio only. We still this was August 2nd. We still don't have a press release to describe details on what it comes with or what the bonus features are or any of that stuff. We're still lacking on details as far as I know. But it is coming, and I don't even think we have a date. If I click on one of these, let me turn the camera off because I'm probably logged in on Target. I don't even think this has a date. I think they just went up for order. Yeah, no date yet. So we're still lacking in details for this, but we shall see. We shall see. Yeah. Anyways, Media Blasters gave an update on their Kamen Rider Blu-ray box set. They said the commentaries are in and expected the edited Keita Amamiya interview shortly with subs. It means one thing, we can go to authoring, so we begin on Friday. So now they're going to start making the discs to then replicate the discs, then produce the discs, then package the discs, then ship them out to everybody. So they are still on track for their September release, as far as we know.
Huzzah!
That's good.
Okay. The tea has run out. Let's see how long my throat lasts. All right, let's get into the big news from Otakon. It's funny because it's basically the same group of people. Media OCD now owns Animigo, but they also do a lot of work for Discotek. Let's get into the weeds. Let's get into some stuff. All right, so this was a while back, obviously, because we couldn't cover this last week. I actually stepped away from the Star Trek convention to watch the Discotek live. I'm glad I did, even though it lasted like 2 hours. And I was like, I want to go back to this convention. Stop talking about weird movies, and then they announced a thing. So we'll get to that. But Animigo, long-standing brand. Here are some updates. They've relaunched everything because they have new ownership. Media OCD now has a web store. I wish they would sell Discotek stuff because
Crunchy.
I'm so tired of ordering Crunchyroll. I gotta tell you, Crunchyroll and Amazon being the only options is just rough. All right, so they have T-shirts apparently for Animigo and stuff. Update on the Kickstarter for Macross 2, pre-production underway, 85% done on color grading, and they're working on the HDR color grading, and it's complicated, and they're taking a while. It's a new restoration. There's another Macross thing for the artwork.
Macross 2.
They're going to be doing a Kickstarter for Dagger of Kamui later in August. So,
I saw that movie once.
Yeah. I'm going to scroll past these video clips and just hope things are fine because I did not have the energy to download all the images. New release, Riding Bean, an OVA series.
Oh, yeah. I love Riding Bean.
This is why I put news segments like this in here. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but Jerry's like, I know what it is.
Bean Bandit, man. Gunsmith Cats. You know Gunsmith Cats? Same creator. And Bean Bandit shows up in that too, if I remember right.
You have Kals for old anime, you have me for new anime. It's a good balance.
And I'm Mr. Mid Anime.
You're Goku Mid?
I'm Goku Mid. So this is going to be the OVA with Japanese, English, German, and Catalan audio.
Really?
Yeah. New interview with Kenichi Sanada, trailers, art gallery, English captions. Out September 10th, but they did have copies available at Otakon. So, pretty cool. There is a slipcover, and you can pre-order it from the Media OCD store. So, that's pretty awesome. The next up, Otaku no Video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It can be watched with or without the live-action testimonial segments. Includes promos, galleries, and a new essay. Out October 8th.
Didn't the Gainax did like a big animation thing for this, didn't they?
It was like Anno and all them. Yeah, it's historically significant. I'd say that much.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. And there's an exclusive slipcover if you order it through Media OCD. So, the Megazone 23 Complete Trilogy. This will be the improved Blu-ray new video encode and include the audio tracks from prior releases and also the UK double part 3, updated trailer section, and liner notes coming out November 10th. This is an improved Blu-ray.
Oh, Megazone.
The previous. Yeah, I might pick this up because I actually do.
The other OVA.
Yeah, I don't know if I've actually watched all of Megazone, but I've watched enough of it to know I want it.
You ever seen all? So you never seen them?
I don't think I've seen them all.
I'll say one thing. Get ready for the art style shift in the third one. It's a totally different art style. You're like, is this even the same anime?
Oh my god, I love that. There's the exclusive slipcover. The new series they announced include Time of Eve, which will be on Blu-ray and video on demand in December. Includes the film version dubbed and sub and the episodic version sub, plus the short films Pale Cocoon and Aquatic Language. So,
you know that one, Darklaw?
Nope.
Cool. Total mystery to us. Let's talk about something I do know. Bubblegum Crash. Holy crap, guys. The only Bubblegum Crisis franchise Blu-ray we had in the US was Bubblegum Crisis. And now we got Crash finally coming out, which is the sequel. I could get into the history of Bubblegum Crisis in a separate
was this a scenario where for the longest time just been fan subs only for this?
There was an official DVD from Animigo a long time ago.
Way back, yeah.
Yep. But in January 2025, it's coming to Blu-ray. It's getting an HD remaster conversion via AstroRes, since there isn't film stock still existing for episodes 2 and 3. Or for 2 and 3 episodes, sorry. They have the film stock for episode 2, and they're remastering that. But 1 and 3 will be AstroRes'd up to HD.
Classical throw into fire pits, probably.
Yep.
So that means we still don't have AD Police?
AD Police, the original AD Police Files OVA, we have a DVD from Animigo, but no Blu-ray. Same for Parasite Dolls, though I never want that thing to resurface. That was the most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
Just from the name, I don't want to watch.
Parasite Dolls I think was more disturbing than Genocyber because Parasite Dolls is a movie. I couldn't stop watching it, whereas Genocyber I could quit after one episode. There's also a really stupidly messed up music video on the Parasite Dolls DVD. Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, which was the remake, that was licensed by Funimation. I'm kind of hoping, maybe Animigo can pick that up and get a Blu-ray done for it. And then, 80 Police, the TV series that's in the 2040 universe, that did get an SD Blu-ray from Nozomi. So that's technically, we have two things on Blu-ray, which was Crisis and that 80 Police. And then this, but Bubblegum Crash is coming on Blu-ray. That's the important part. Muteki, maybe I'll do a Bubblegum Crisis video when Crash comes out. And be like, let's talk about this weird-ass franchise. And it's legal snares where you don't know which ending is canon because it doesn't...
Or you could wait until Lucy gets into Guilty Gear Strive and secretly hide it as a Cyberpunk video.
You're thinking. I like it. The last announcement they had was Full Moon wo Sagashite. All 52 episodes coming in HD in 2025. And it's coming later, and I don't know what this is. You guys got any idea?
Which one?
Nope.
It's Full Moon wo Sagashite.
I've heard about that one. I never actually watched it.
Yeah. I'm going to blow my nose real quick. I'm going to mute my audio so nobody freaks out. And you guys talk about... What do you guys think of the Animigo presentation overall?
I mean, good. Even though I haven't seen a lot of these older stuff, but like, I just great that they're bringing these out for the people who are into a lot of the older that era of anime OVAs, which is great. aka the Cows people.
Yeah, I'm super excited about Bubblegum Crash. Like that's I love Bubblegum Crisis, and it's going to be nice to get Crash in HD finally. So. My nose is done blowing. Let's talk about Discotek.
And here's where I saw what they didn't have. No, it was the overflow of Otakon, what I saw, right?
Yeah.
That they were showing live.
So what they did was they had a pre-recorded panel that was 2 hours, or pre-recorded presentation was 2 hours, went up on YouTube at the exact same time as the 1 hour panel at Otakon. So this had more stuff in it than what was seen at Otakon. Which is why they said, if you're at Otakon, stop reading this and get to the panel room. And if you aren't there, go to YouTube. It's just about to start.
I don't know why the way you describe it is make it sound like they're going to do like the Captain America. So, you're in detention. Yeah.
All right. So let's get started here. They did their sizzle reel. Their first announcement was the long-awaited Space Sheriff Scheider.
Yeah.
I love the snarkiness here because this shows, again, that we don't really know anything.
Yeah, because this was one of the shows, because it was this and Metalder, this and what was there was a third Metal Hero.
Spielbahn were the VR Trooper shows. This is one of the VR Trooper shows. People kept saying, "Oh, they can't do it because of VR Troopers," and yeah, they could. When they released Black RX, I was like, "Okay, Saban adaptations don't block things, unless it's Power Rangers."
Well, yeah, but because it's that's I think because with Masked Rider, that was kind of that was a failure, and totally tried to bury it. Where VR Trooper is still like and remembered to this day, so that's why I think people were nervous about this.
And I did say though, if we get Scheider, everything else is fine. And so
all the rest of Metal Heroes, yeah.
And
I mean, if they can get the Digimon the movie dub, I'm pretty sure they could get it.
Yeah. And so I think everything else is on the table. I think the B-Fighters may cost them more license-wise because Toei actually makes merch for B-Fighter.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's going to be fully remastered HD, Japanese, English subtitles. There's going to be a 35 reunion, which is from the Japanese Blu-ray photo gallery, karaoke opening, and a retrospective essay by Mike Dent. And it's coming out in September. Like, this is soon. This is very, very soon.
Hopefully, if they do Kabutak, Toei will give them the HD footage they clearly have for that show.
The HD footage that only appears in China so far. Anyways, I'm excited for Scheider. Of course, we'll be doing a video. I gotta tell you, this Discotek stream, I was like, so many videos I get to make. Yeah.
You're like, paychecks!
Yeah. Spin Dash said, I'm still worried for B-Fighter, but Spielbahn and Metalder feel like a lock now. Yeah, B-Fighter, I think, because B-Fighter is more popular, they could run into some stuff, but the VR Trooper shows are fine now.
Yeah, I want them to re-release what was that old Saban wrestling show? Just for the irony of
WMCA
it.
Masters?
Yeah, yes.
Was that
Oh,
Saban?
wow.
Or was that just a Fox Kids show?
No, I didn't know. What's the other? It was the Mexican wrestling show.
Los
that Saban did.
Luchadores.
Yes, I kind of want
We're
them
not doing
to.
Los Luchadores. That show.
I mean, go if it's with
It does
Discotek's
fit.
if it's with Discotek's
Discotek,
80s, 90s
one
shows.
of the funniest bits about Discotek is they're like, oh, we only bring you the most high quality of entertainment, and then they just release trash all the time, and that's why I love them, because they're like, this is high quality stuff, and it's literally hentai.
Yeah. Here's his upcoming on the stream, a ecchi harem show.
Exactly, like that's one of the funniest bits, and there's some people that get mad about that. They're so pretentious because they say that.
Here's the thing.
They always say that they bring the highest art. I'm like, you guys don't realize that's a bit that they're doing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Since Crunchy's no longer doing any of that stuff, might as well take advantage of it.
Exactly. Lupin the Third, the Italian game, was announced. This is the 25th Lupin TV special and the final Lupin TV special that Discotek has never released. Like I talked about in my video last week, there's 5 specials that aren't in HD, but once they do those, they'll have all 27 in Blu-ray. So,
and that's you can finally do a domino game with them.
Yeah, totally. And the spines will all match because they put effort into that. This will also be coming out in September. It is Japanese only, no English dub for this one. This one's also a compilation of episodes from Lupin Part 4 with some new footage. So it's not as exciting as some of the others.
Wasn't Part 4? Wasn't Part 4 released by Sentai, or was that a different Lupin
Part 4 was
series?
Discotek. Part 4 and 5.
Okay.
6 was Sentai.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So they did say we basically caught up on Lupin. We know a few installments are out of print. A few haven't made the hop to Blu-ray. A few have gone to other publishers. Does that mean no more Lupin news? No, we got big news coming up. Coming up next time, that is. Stay tuned. I don't know what big news could be besides we're doing Part 2 on Blu-ray.
I want them to do a giant box set of all the Lupin.
That would be insanely expensive. Oh my god. There's 5 specials that are not in Blu-ray. There's 1 movie that's not in Blu-ray. There's 3 live-action movies that haven't hit Blu-ray. And there's like a crossover that hasn't hit Blu-ray. But the biggest gap...
Is that the Conan one? Was that the Conan one or a different
one? The Cat's Eye one. We got the Conan one.
Okay.
The thing that we're missing, Part 2 is the only TV show we don't have on Blu-ray. The 1969 pilot film is also something we don't have on Blu-ray, but we'll see about that. But
Discotek announced a re-release the PS2 game.
Oh god, that would be crazy.
If they could do that.
But I will say that the Lupin the Third Goodbye Partner did get a release. They say big news. The only thing I can consider big news is Part 2 on Blu-ray. That's all I got. That's the only thing I can think of that could be big news at this point because, big news, we're putting a movie we've already released on 4K is not, I don't consider that big news, but we'll see. Yeah, Jeremy Carter said, they did mention they'll never continue dubbing Part 2. They said they'd never continue dubbing Part 2. They did not say that they weren't going to release Part 2 on Blu-ray. They've dodged around that one.
That's a lot of episodes to dub.
155 episodes. I think it only got half dubbed back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Captain Harlock's Space Pirates coming out.
This is a classic, big influential anime right there.
It's one of my favorites right here.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a real man, board my ship.
Fun fact, if you don't know, that Ryu's Hadouken is not based off the Kamehameha, it's based off the giant laser beam from the ship of the show.
Well, it's from the Yamato, actually.
Yeah, no, yeah, I always get the two confused.
The Hadoha.
Yeah.
From the Yamato. No, but what I said is actually in Captain Harlock. If you're a real man, board my ship.
Yeah. Captain Harlock's great. It's also coming out in September. It's an HD upscale, Japanese English subtitles. And they also mentioned that the spine has been designed to match up with Galaxy Express.
I love that. When they showed it, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Next to the Galaxy Express. Right there, yeah, that's it.
Isn't that amazing?
That's cool. Because it's like, with it, but it's not the same, so it works.
Yeah.
I also like the little steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how the Gridman set kind of matches with the rest of the Ultraman spines. It doesn't need to.
It's nice because it fits.
You didn't have to, but I appreciate it, Discotek.
Yeah.
They talked about Reborn, confirming the Reborn fan disc is coming out in September. I've got mine on pre-order. This includes 3 episodes dubbed as a sampler, plus an OVA dubbed and subbed. The episodes that they did dub are going to be upscaled. So Reborn was done on an SD Blu-ray. This is going to be a Blu-ray. So that's pretty cool.
I don't think they're gonna, because isn't the Reborn set to imprint?
They
right?
are, yes. I don't think they're not gonna upscale 203 episodes. They're not gonna dub 203 episodes. They dub 3 out of the show. Yeah.
Reborn does have a fan base, but it's not Digimon where they can't afford doing that.
Reborn's fan
many
base
episodes.
couldn't even get the manga to sell well enough to be finished here. So.
Yep.
Yeah, but this is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about this, so I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. All right, next up, Dalos. It's the first anime OVA directed by Mamoru Oshii. So
First OVA ever.
First OVA ever.
Mhm.
Japanese English subtitles. Recent HD transfer coming out in September. I might pick this up later. I didn't pre-order it, but I'll probably pick this up at some point.
Regardless of story, I kind of want it just because it's historical like
Historical,
that.
yeah, one of those historical things. Yep.
Plus, it's Oshii, and you know me and Oshii. I don't always like what he does, but I always watch everything he does. All right, next up, Giant Gorg. This is the 80s series. All 26 episodes on Blu-ray. HD remaster, Japanese English subtitles, coming in 2024.
Fun fact about Gorg. Its theme song is an earworm. I don't know why that Gorg theme song got stuck in my head all day.
Like for all the super channel members, you can use your space Space Squad Linguini emotes for all the channel members.
Oh god, the Space Squad Linguini stuff. I know someone mentioned dub. Yeah, the Dalos dub. I think they said they couldn't get. They just couldn't clear the rights.
Wasn't one of those like localized dubs, right? Like a Voltron scenario?
I'm not sure. I just know they couldn't get it.
Mm.
All right. They're talking about, hey, we make a lot of mecha anime. Next up, Bismarck. I was surprised.
Oh, my ringtone. Yeah.
Yeah.
When the song started playing, I thought my phone was legit ringing.
Yeah. They did Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs recently in SD Blu-ray, but they're doing HD Blu-ray for Bismarck, the original Japanese version. All 51 episodes in Japanese subtitles.
Especially the difference between that and Saber Riders, because Saber Rider makes the other character the main character and edits it in a weird way. So if you want to watch the actual story, you should definitely watch Bismarck.
I'm kind of like,
then you get to hear my ringtone.
Part of me wants to just buy Bismarck and just skip out on Saber Rider.
But they're both have banger theme songs.
They do. I need to buy Saber Rider still, and I'll probably buy. I'll probably order Saber Rider when Bismarck goes up for order. I'll just get them at the same time, and then set them on my shelf and watch them in 2 to 5 years. Like me watching Metabots in Japanese. I haven't done it yet. Muhammad says, I just wonder, does this mean Discotek might have a chance to release all Metal Heroes? Honestly, yeah. I think the chance is there. I think it's very likely.
It's a good chance.
Speaking of Metal Heroes, Toku Time. They just talked about Digimon being out. This floored me, guys. Kamen Rider V3, my favorite Kamen Rider series of all time, is getting a Blu-ray.
It's back.
It's back.
V3, yeah.
So for those unaware, Generation Kaider had released V3 already on DVD 20 years ago. And Generation Kaider recently went out of business. JN Productions is still in business, but Generation Kaider's side of it, they closed that up. And it seems like Discotek raided their closet, because here's V3 already.
I won't be surprised as soon as I won't be surprised that Generation Kaider gave Discotek the license.
I gotta imagine a phone call happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
especially
gonna
with a later review.
Break it down. I'm not gonna ask you to break it down, but do you think this is a hope for more rescues?
I hope so too.
It'd probably be the same subtitles, probably.
That was the other thing. People were like, "Oh my god, we got 4," because there's 2 other Toku releases. We'll talk because we're going in order. They're like, "Oh, how do we get 4 Toku releases?" They said it takes a while. I think they're probably using the V3 subs and then just tweaking them, from the they're using the Generation Kaider subs and then tweaking them. They said newly
Generation...
polished subtitles. Newly polished does not mean new subtitles. I think they're like, oh my god, finally somebody had subs for us to work off.
Yeah, I mean, they're essentially just in the other thing they got. They're using the same logos as the Generation Kaider set. So, because it's already officially logo.
Scrolling. Oh god, what happened? We scrolled so far. Okay, here we go. The interesting part, too, is it did say extras include interviews, cast reunion promos, liner notes, photo galleries, some of that from the Japanese Blu-ray. Maybe some of the stuff from Generation Kaider's DVD made it over. We'll have to see.
It's because one of those funny things with V3 is like, now we just go shout, come on. Where's our
Kamen Rider 1971? Because now
OG Kamen Rider, yeah,
exactly. Shout licensed it. Shout did subs. If Shout doesn't want to put it on disc, maybe they should cut a deal with Discotek.
Use all their official stuff. Just release it.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
I know 98 episodes is a lot, but someone's got to put it out now.
Right, the work's done. Just put it out. Yeah.
You mentioning Generation Hikari going out of business does remind me that today I got news about the Gundam store, my local Gundam store. It had to shut down sadly because of their business. Yeah, it was a Gundam shopping network. They're a local market store, and they had due to poor business, they are shutting down. Learned that today. They just announced today in their Discord server. It really does show that, like,
I'm gonna check my local Gundam place out. You're scaring me.
Yeah, no, it does show that, like, as much as it's nice to have these smaller companies do these cool releases, always try the best to support them, people, because
there we go.
They are taking a loss doing these kind of import business.
Niche stuff here. The one near me is actually still open, but now I'm kind of scared.
Yeah.
For how long?
I always worry about like the fact my city has like 5 comic stores. I'm like, and like there's always one that's like there's one guy that keeps closing and opening stores, and I'm like, man, that's rough. Apologies, I had to get a cough drop. My throat's starting to bug me. So here we go. Anyways, so here we go. Moving on. Next up, there's a Kamen Rider V3 clip, and there's a Chie the Brat clip. Chie the Brat, second TV series, 39 episodes on SD Blu-ray. This is following up their first release of Chie the Brat first series. I still don't know what the show's about, nor do I think I care.
It's the best way to describe. Crayon Shin-chan?
Yeah.
It's like that of the old days, from what I understand.
Right. Great Teacher Onizuka is coming to SD Blu-ray.
This was a big. Sad, probably one of those they lost the master scenario. I imagine.
Maybe. Oh yeah, maybe.
But I know this was it's beloved.
I read the manga back in the day.
Was this Jump or no? I forget.
No, I mean,
I don't think it was Jump because I don't see the Jump logo. Because they put the Jump logo on Bobobo. So.
Okay.
Let me
check
the dub was Tokyo Pop though. It does have the Japanese and it has the Tokyo Pop dub. Yeah.
It was Weekly Shonen Magazine.
There you go. But yeah, I know
Yep.
This was a really big series I know from back in the day. I think it was one of the big. It was either this or Spike. It was like Spike Spiegel or this character of famous Steve Bloom voice characters in anime dubs. So like,
yeah,
it was a pretty. So it was great to see.
I'm glad.
So it was great to see it.
I recognized it immediately, even though I've never seen it. That's how iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jeremy Carr said they said it's because early CG incorporated. It can't be upscaled.
Oh yeah.
Discotek has the master. Okay, yeah.
That's a pain.
Because like IGPX, I know that was a pain to do because of the CG as well.
Don't expect ever to have a Beast Wars Blu-ray guys ever.
If you guys ever seen like the 4K AI upscaling of Beast Wars, it's never going to be good. It's just leave it in SD. Anyways, so it's going to have clean opening, ending, dub outtakes, interview with Todo Fujisawa, and they fixed the part in the dub where the audio drops out, and they got some less janky audio for it, so that's pretty neat. Coming out in September, so pretty around the corner. Muhammad, the IGPX in HD on Toonami recently was the Discotek master. after they worked. I finished watching the IGPX set. My internet was out for like a couple days about a month ago, and I was like,
I remember that.
I'm just gonna watch IGPX. I watched like the whole thing in like 3 days. It was great.
That month was weird because we all kept getting internet outages like simultaneously.
Like in July, yeah.
Does the show still hold up?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the Toonami cut. So it's not all the synthwave techno music. And man, it holds up great. The voice acting is incredible for that show.
Especially for Deadpool with Hollywood actors in it, especially.
Exactly. Michelle Rodriguez did like an amazing job as Liz. I was just like, wow, she really is good at this. Why didn't she do more voice acting? Anyways, it was funny because they had these interviews with the actors, and there's one Michelle Rodriguez, and they're like, "Oh, why'd you want to do IGPX?" She's like, "Well, I love cartoons." And I'm like, hell yeah.
I forget. LGPX, was that sync up to Japanese audio or English audio? Or
so it's weird because of the music and some other changes, they include it on 2 separate discs. The Japanese, like the Toonami cut only includes the English audio, and then the production IG cut includes Japanese and English audio because when they did the DVDs, they included the Japanese or the English audio, like the English dub.
Oh yeah.
But the Toonami cut actually has some retakes on the dub that sound better than some of the line takes on the original dub. It's very complicated. I don't mean just go buy the Blu-ray and watch the 5-minute bonus feature about the differences, but like it's kind of really.
So yeah, because it's one of those like it was. Was it animated with the English voice actors in mind, or was it animated?
It was animated with the Japanese voice actors in mind. Yeah. And then they went and redid a bunch of takes when they went to do the Toonami cut of it. So the Japanese side says the production IG cut is the true version, and the English writers who wrote the show are like, no, the Toonami cut's the true version because they felt like the dub was just better on the Toonami cut.
I know, because stuff like Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, that's a dub. Like that's that was synced to the Japanese audio, and they had to dub it. Which that's also another case where that's have to really press the hell well the Hollywood actors dub a series.
Oh, yeah. Digimon update. Let's get to that. They're still waiting on approvals for Digimon the movie.
Damn license holders.
They said it's because it's 6.
Well, you got
7 audio
Toei.
tracks. They said 7 audio tracks that have to be approved by Toei.
Well, you got Toei, Bandai, and the music people own the tracks of the Digimon movie.
So that's
coming, like 3 big.
Yeah.
That's like 3 big corporations right there. Or
how much red tape do you want?
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, no, sorry, 2 big corporations and probably multiple for the music for Digimon the movie.
Yeah. But they did announce officially Digimon Adventure 02 is coming soon. Again, approvals by Toei to be there. Same video we remastered for the dub, but with the original Japanese version. Because what they did was they remastered the Japanese and then edited it into the English version.
That means we get Target, right?
We get Target, yeah. Which is great. New subtitle translation, created and edited by true Digimon fans. True fans is a term I don't like throwing around a lot, but if the guy that's run with the will for the last 20 years is the closest thing to a true fan I would consider, and he's working on this. Opening, ending, end cards, production art galleries, and other extras to be determined, but coming soon. And the cover here is matching collage to the adventure set, so rad.
Oh, that's cool.
Also, I had speculated that the 4th disc would have the other 6 kids, and I was right. So the 4th disc is Ken, TK, Kari, and the 6 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty cool. Love that stuff. All right, so then the next to last Nanoha set, Magical Hero Lyrical Nanoha Strikers, 26 episodes on Blu-ray, Japanese English subtitles, coming in 2024. Extras to be determined.
They're almost done with Nanoha.
It's actually a cool series.
Yeah, they're almost done with Nanoha. I think they only have a few seasons left to do.
Mm-hmm. So they're pretty close. Am I allowed to talk about this?
Kiss Exis?
Kiss Exis, the complete TV series, 12 episodes, uncensored, Japanese English subtitles.
It's a ecchi harem anime.
Yeah.
Ecchi harem anime. I did love the tweet. It's like, people were like, Discotek, no! Other people, Discotek, yes!
Muhammad says, Nanoha Vivid, and that's it. That's what I heard. Last time, I think I talked to Hellfire about this, and I think he said there was only one more set after this one. Mm-hmm. So. Anyways, that exists. Moving on. Professor Layton in the Eternal Diva, the Professor Layton movie.
Ooh, hey.
This game, yeah, because I forget. I want to say, was it G Kids? I forget who did, because there was a like a blue DVD that came out like years ago. So it's nice to see it come back again.
Back again, in Japanese with subtitles and dubbed in English, featuring the cast of the games.
It makes me want them. It makes me want Discotek to release the Ace Attorney live action movie now.
All right, talking about 4K. I think they just mentioned 4K. I don't think they actually.
Yeah, because there's nothing new. There's nothing new 4K. For this stream.
Then they went over a recap, and then they said Berserk is selling well, and they're getting more stock to be stabilized, so it can stay in stock.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Which is great to hear.
All right. Then they went over their release calendar, and then they announced Kite. Now, Kite.
Oh boy.
All right. This is another one that's like. There's 3 cuts.
So this, I always hear about Kite, but I'm assuming it's one of those classic OVA series. I'm assuming, right?
It's classic. There's an adults-only uncut. There's a U.S. general release version as well as a international cut. All 3 on one disc. Bonus features plus the next episode preview that was unseen. Most things have been restored. It was done in HD, based on earlier Media Blasters restorations, restored with Astro Res and color corrected. Coming out in September. You cannot buy it on Crunchyroll store, though. You will have to get it from Amazon.
Which is weird because, like, they still sell... because it's weird. I find it weird I heard about that because, like, people say, oh, it's because of the nudity stuff, but, like, Crunchy still sells, like, their ecchi stuff from the Funimation days. So, like, unless Kite really has stuff that...
It's not ecchi. It's hentai.
Original. Like pure sex stuff, I'm assuming then?
That's why it's 18 plus.
Okay, so it's like
and then there's edits that made it,
Okay, so even more hardcore than something like High School DxD.
That's why there's a menu on there where they have to ask, is everybody 18?
Yes, right. Yeah. They went into that there is a menu option that says, is everyone in the room 18, because you can lock out the uncut version basically.
Because he did another thing called Mezzo.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that one also had a thing where there's a H version and there's a edited version.
Okay, well, I didn't know about that. I thought it was your classical, it was like ecchi, so just bare nips and that's it. But that's case. Oh wow. Yep. Okay.
Spin Dash says, as I said on the Hair Club stream, akin to Johnny Bravo, I'm sickened but curious.
It's about.
Yeah, but you can't get it on Crunchyroll store. You had to go through Amazon.
Even if you're watching a regular version, it might still be controversial to you.
Yeah. So there you go. More proof that we need more retailers for Discotek stuff, though. Like, the only options right now is Crunchy and Amazon. That's not fun, because if Crunchy won't carry it, you're stuck to Amazon. And
they need to make a deal with Sentai then.
Make a deal with somebody. All right, then they went into the stuff that wasn't shown at the panel but was released for the presentation. All 26 episodes of Humanoid Monster Bem in Japanese English subtitles with some TV ads coming in 2024.
Got some ye old anime here.
I want to watch this to see how the heck they turn it into that live action horror thing when this one's like
kids anime.
How did that live action make it a horror?
Yeah. Another obscure Go Nagai mecha anime, Groiser X from the 70s, 36 episodes. And it's from Knack Productions, who did Astro Ganger and Chargeman Ken.
Yes. So the animation quality might be that great.
Yeah.
Groiser's one of the less talked about ones.
Not a bad cover, though. Going into Nihon Nights, this is their film label, Party 7's live action film. This is where I gotta tell you guys, I started checking out the stream. I was like, should I go back to my convention? Like, I was like, Party 7, okay. And then the next thing was Dororo, and I was like, okay. Like, I was just kind of like, maybe I should go back to my convention now. You know what I mean? Like, I was like...
Dororo's cool, yeah.
It was cool, but I was like, is anything, like, all right, what's next?
God. And then the next movie happened.
Robo Geisha.
Yeah.
This movie is insane. I kind of love it.
Yeah. It's made Machine Girl and Tokyo Gore Police. Yeah.
Electric Dragon 80,000 volts.
I want to watch that one just because it looks so insane.
That sounds like a shonen attack meme or something like that. Like electric dragon, 900 volt, 800 volt.
Kekko Kamen the trilogy, which has got a lot of naked ladies, which is as promised.
Guess who made it? Guess who came up with Kekko Kamen?
Gona guy, of course.
Yeah.
Ouran High School Host Club the movie.
I didn't know there was a live action movie.
Yeah,
I was not aware of that one, even despite back then. I remember so many people talking about Ouran High School.
But like all these movies are like listed for 2024, by the way, which is crazy. and then Android Kikaider dropped, and I was like, okay, that's why I didn't leave and go back to my convention.
Yeah. They must have just called Kikaider.
Another rescue.
Another rescue from Generation Kikaider. Kikaider here, all 43 episodes in Japanese, English subtitles. They did say with upgraded subs. I do think it's the Generation Kikaider subs, but they probably went in and changed Kikaida to Kikaider.
In terms of, because I imagine they have to modern Toei terms and such like that.
Interview with Daisuke Ban, a making of featurette, and a recording of a stage event in Hawaii from when the show aired there.
I do love they're using the anime logo for the cover. Speaking, does anyone? I'm assuming. I don't think the anime Kikaider ever got picked up, right?
It hasn't been picked up. It needs to get license rescued. And I want.
Hopefully, hopefully this can pick those. Yeah.
So, Kikaider 01, Kikaider Reboot, and Inazuman are the other three things that Generation Kikaider licensed. I would not be surprised if we see those in the next year. Because why not, right? Pretty hyped, because I was, when Generation Kikaider said they were shutting down, I didn't have the money to buy the rest of Kikaider DVDs, and it made me a little sad. But now I'm like, oh hey, the thing I hoped for happened.
And definitely gonna be cheaper because of you don't have to deal with import. Because that's the problem with the Generation Kikaider sets, is they were super expensive. Not because of they wanted to be, but importing.
It was importing, because the thing is, so Santos Selena asked about this. Generation Kikaider had a license only for the state of Hawaii. For Kamen Rider V3, Kikaider, Kikaider 01, Inazuman, and Kikaider Reboot. They could only sell them in the state of Hawaii, so they were expensive. They are such a small. They're a translation company that was licensing shows from Toei, so their prices were high because it cost them a ton of money to get the license.
The sets were region free, weren't they?
They were DVDs, so no. They're all region 1.
Region 1.
That being said, the reason they got those is because those shows aired in Hawaii back in the 70s, and there was a big nostalgia point. So they bought the rights to the shows so they could air them on TV again, and they arranged events and brought Hiroshi Miyauchi, Daisuke Ban, they brought people out like every year. But the reason they decided to shut the Generation Kikaider side down is those events had declining attendance every year, and Daisuke Ban was getting older and not wanting to travel as much. And so they did like one big final Kikaider celebration with Daisuke Ban. They're like, this is the last one. And then they closed up shop because the DVD side of it was just kind of a attachment to let's do these events to celebrate.
It was a bonus, pretty much.
It was a bonus, yeah. It was all done for nostalgia, and they're like, the audience has gotten old enough that they're not growing an audience. So they kind of just let everything go, and now it seems like Discotek has picked up some of these shows.
It was legal. Everything they did was legal.
Yep.
Just like how people can import Japanese Blu-rays, we just imported them from Hawaii. The problem is, shipping costs.
Shipping costs on top of the prices of the sets to afford Toei licenses.
Yeah.
Muhammad. That's why they were called Generation Kikaider, because they were bringing the Kikaider to Hawaii every year. Yep. SSJ4 Jason says, since Hawaii loves Kikaider, I wonder what they thought of the Kikaider movie. When I went to Hawaii with my family, and I talked to the people at Generation Kikaider, and I asked about the Kikaider movie. They said, yeah, that one's not as well loved here because of the flipping of the hero and villain. But Kikaider Reboot was a big hit in Hawaii. That movie was huge. It kind of reinvigorated everything, but it kind of petered off. That movie actually premiered in Hawaii before it premiered in Japan, I believe. And Reboot was very successful in Hawaii.
Honestly, I won't be surprised if it wasn't for Chayo. I won't be surprised if Generation Kikaider would have got was it Taro that was super big in Hawaii?
Taro was big in Hawaii. And if it wasn't for Saban and Marvel, they would have gotten Battle Fever J. Because I asked them, I was like, "Is there any shows you guys wanted to get and you couldn't get?" And they're like, "We couldn't get Battle Fever J. It just wasn't available."
Wasn't and didn't Ultra 7 have a Hawaiian dub? Also,
it did,
like
yes.
a Hawaiian. Yeah, imagine. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, for Chaya, they would have done something like that.
Those, but they kept the spirit of Toku alive. I appreciate their work, but I'm very happy that now.
Generation Kaider run. Generation Kaider run. So Discotek and Mill Creek and
Generation Kaider walks, so Discotek and Mill Creek could run.
And run, yeah.
I appreciate everything that Generation Kaider's done. I'm still glad that JM Productions is still doing things. It is now, these shows are going to be way easier to get now, though, and I think that's a positive.
It's been actually a lapsing guy crossover.
Oh, God, yeah. Like, Kaider Reboot Guy crossover was so weird. Anyways, moving on. The next announcement was Winspector. Now, this floored me.
Yeah, another Metal Hero right there.
Kaider was like, oh, yay, because we just got V3, but Winspector I did not expect.
SOS!
For the Rescue Hero trilogy, yep.
Mm-hmm. So it's the start of the Rescue Hero trilogy. It's got Hiroshi Miyauchi.
From the future year of 1999.
It's funny because O-Ranger was from the future year of 1999 until it wasn't.
Well, what's the Harvey Birdman Jetsons meme again? From the Disney.
Oh yeah,
2002.
And he's looking at it since 2004.
Yeah.
I love that show.
So this will be 49 episodes on SD Blu-ray. Robot brought out a good point that they did do Figuarts for this line, but they just didn't finish him. But
does that mean they'll do Soul Brain next?
Hopefully. I think they're going to alternate an HD show and an SD show with Metal Hero, right? HD Shider, SD Winspector. You know, maybe the next one will be like it depends on what Toei's done. I think Toei's only did actually no, now I'm thinking about it. I think Toei's only remastered in HD the Space Sheriff trilogy, and then
everything else is
SD.
I think everything else is SD except for Kabutak.
What? Did B-Fight get a Blu-ray?
I don't think B-Fighter got a Blu-ray. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm excited that, hey, you know what? SD Blu-ray is fine with me. G-Bon looks great, by the way, guys. I talked about it in the video, but like G-Bon does not look like an SD show. It's so weird.
I mean, hey, look, no matter what, SD Blu-ray would just be better because of mostly just shell space.
Yeah.
It's all one disc.
Exactly. All right, and then so they come to the end of the largest Discotek Day ever, and the last thing they announced was MXC, a TNN/Spike TV dub re-edit of Takashi's Castle.
Get eliminated.
Yep.
Remember
this
that.
Is weird.
Don't get eliminated.
So I mean, this shows that nothing is untouchable for Discotek. They will do game shows.
Yeah.
I wonder if Bonsuke's Castle will be next or something like that.
Something.
So for what I understand, because I've never seen this, but this is Takashi Castle.
I will say I didn't actually listen to the segment of it. I was like, I'm going. It was late enough. I was like, I'm going to dinner. I was like, I'm going to go find my family and go to dinner. I was like, we're done. Okay. They're like, this is the last announcement. Great. All right. I don't care about this as much. Like, I turned it off and went to dinner.
So from what I said, this is Takashi Castle from Japan re-edited or adapted to America?
Re-edited and dubbed by Spike TV and TNN. They said 51 episodes on SD Blu-ray Volume 1, comprising the first 3 seasons, Volume 2 to follow later, extras TBD. The 2 volumes together will make up the entire series, minus a few episodes that can't be cleared for release anymore due to licensing issues. Coming in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Insane, right? Absolutely nutty.
So, I mean, this goes into the question of what other game shows can Discotek do now?
So, I don't think I need to do a poll. Was that a pretty, epic Discotek stream? Because I think that was pretty epic.
No, it's pretty good.
Mean, yeah.
And that was what we got. I guess Otakon got more, right?
No, we got more than Otakon did because Otakon they didn't have time. They didn't have time. They
stopped with Kite and Otakon.
Yeah, Kite was where they stopped with Otakon. So, but 4 Toku releases in one stream, guys. That is bonkers. Like I was just talking about what was I talking about? Just a couple months ago, there's not that many Toku releases lately. What's going on?
And before the year ends, they're doing another one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're going to be doing another one this year sometime.
I mean,
I was just kind of bemoaning that there was nothing coming up, and then just Mill Creek came back, and Discotek was just here's 4 freaking shows.
What's the pool meme? You got Mill Creek and you got Discotek. The person holding the child is Mill Creek and Discotek. The one drowning is
Media Masters.
Media Masters, and the one in the town. Down, sunken under the ground is Chow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Kyle said, they weren't lying. That wait for more was really worth it. Definitely. Peacemaker says, how consistent is Discotek in releasing stuff within 6 months of reveal? I know that's the mindset from a while back. They're pretty good at that. Some things like Digimon take longer because of the approvals and stuff.
Bigger brand. Bigger brand equals more eyes on it.
Yeah, and sometimes things take longer to make than they think, but it's pretty much like all this stuff we're going to see by like early next year for the most part. So I'm hyped. I'm so hyped. It's so good. Can't wait. Because my favorite part about it, I know this may sound a little selfish, outside of just the releases themselves, I get to make more videos about Blu-rays. And the Toku Blu-ray videos do well on the channel versus like Blu-ray videos on other stuff. So I'm just like, I'm excited. I'm like, ooh, I can keep making these. Like, it's just so much fun to talk about this stuff. So, Oakley says, do you think any of this could affect the future of Super Sentai releases? Maybe it could get Toei to let Shout in on a better deal so it can actually release stuff consistently.
Yeah, because I think Shout. Yeah, I think
whoever has to get approval, you know.
Yeah, because I think like Shout is stuck with Sentai and Rider. Yeah. So I think Shout's stuck with Sentai writers, whoever at this point.
Yep. All right, let's get into some entertainment news. Beast Wars the album. We've been waiting for this since June. It's finally got a new date, August 23rd, and that was because TFW reached out to the Hasbro rep they know and said, hey, what's up with this? And then it's coming out August 23rd now.
I like to think someone forgot to hit the release spot to the Hasbro.
I think so. Or they had some kind of like last-minute weird snag.
Yeah, I always tries.
Next up, if you've been waiting to watch Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Freedom, it is hitting Netflix September 1st. That should be pretty much most places.
You know what's sad about that?
Yeah.
Me not being a Seed fan, but also me hearing things, I'm like, I guess I'm gonna have to watch this.
You should watch it. It's like my favorite Seed thing now.
Here's my question, Santa. I'm really loving Rose of Recapture Kogias. Is this the same quality at the very least?
Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay, I might check it out then.
I did not like Destiny. I like Seed.
Because remember,
I like Seed. I don't love Seed. I didn't like Destiny
at least.
Yeah, I finished it, but I don't like it that much. I really liked Freedom, and maybe that was just because of the theater experience. But I really liked this movie. I thought it was great.
That's what I'm saying. Like, will it make me take the? Remember, I rage quit Destiny.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this is at least something I can sit through.
Yeah. Like,
worst case scenario, it's a 2-hour movie. Like,
yeah, that's me. That's me because I did not like Kogias, the original series. But I'm really liking Rose of Recaptured a lot. Like, I just vibe with that series more. Yeah. So if that's the case, then is Freedom like a safe to watch without the original series?
Yeah, you can just jump into it, and then if you're like, what's all this backstory? You can also, coming to Netflix soon is Seed and Seed Destiny. So they would have all.
I might do that to Kogias. So, yeah, once Rose of Recapture finished, I might actually just go and watch the original series and give it another shot.
Either that, or you could watch the compilation movies.
Are there? Because I know compilation movies for Mech Anime are kind of hit or miss. Are there one of the better ones?
They are, and
there?
The ending changes, which is why Rose can exist.
Okay, so that might I might have to watch. Yeah,
I recommend watching the 3 compilation movies and then Lelouch the Resurrection, and because that's kind of like what leads into.
Are they dubbed? Are they dubbed? They dubbed or no?
Okay. Resurrection was dubbed, but not the 3 compilation movies.
Okay.
For whatever reason. But anyways, you can watch Seed Destiny, and Seed Freedom on Netflix soon, which is great. I would recommend, though, Ryan, you should check out Seed Freedom, and if you like it, then go back and watch the 2 shows, or at least the first show. And if you don't like it, then you're
that would be the case.
Yeah. I really like Seed Freedom.
Maybe you won't rage quit like I did, Ryan. I don't know.
Exactly. All right. Netflix has officially greenlit the Ghostbusters animated series, and Elliot Collin will be the showrunner.
This has been in the works since Afterlife, right?
Yes. It's been in development for years, and it's finally greenlit. It's finally happening.
Yeah, which is like,
for those unaware of industry terms, greenlighting means that they're like, all right, here's your money, go make it. So.
Yes, it's finally nice to finally get this off the because it's been in talks for so many years.
Yep.
Maybe actually because the showrunner is mostly Colin. I look up. He's mostly a comic book writer, which I find interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think let's see, he did head writing for the Daily Show with Jon Stewart, not that one. And yeah, he's a comic book writer and co-host podcast The Flophouse. So interesting. I mean, it makes sense to get like a writer that's known for comedy because that is Ghostbusters
I think
is a
he's
comedy.
the guy that's writing the new Harley Quinn.
Let me look up.
Because I know the Harley Quinn writer is also a Daily Show writer. Anyways, I'm just glad this show's got it out of the void. Maybe Hasbro makes toys.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Cool.
He's he's starting the all new. Starting writing Harley with the all new all in branch.
Rad. More to come on this. All right, D23. Let's get to it.
Oh boy.
We are not going to talk about
Dark Lab listed. Oh boy.
We're not going to talk about the theme park news for D23. Go join our Discord server in the link below. Go into the theme park channel. I posted thoughts there. I was posting stuff.
If you do like a quick your quick thoughts.
I was kind of mixed on the overall theme park presentation. This was their big chance to compete with Epic Universe, and I felt that Disney didn't have anything nearly as cool as anything in Epic Universe. They said everything they're doing is happening. Let's see if it actually happens. I'm most excited for the Avengers Campus expansion because that land needs more space and it needs more shade coverage, and the expansion provides both. And the expansion doesn't require them destroying rides and attractions that already exist. It's just going to expand into backstage territory. I'm into that. That's my thing. Also, please, Monsters Inc. land, don't destroy Muppets. I'd be very sad, even though I never go to Disney World.
Please.
I just don't destroy the last thing Jim Henson worked on with the Muppets.
Please.
Anyways,
Muppets need to live on.
You know, we're gonna start with the Marvel Animation panel because there's a lot less to talk about here.
Yeah. Hey, did you see when's Moon Girl Dinosaur Season 2 Part 2? We literally had news for
that.
That
wouldn't have been here because that's not a Marvel Animation show. It's a Disney TV animation show.
I know, but it's like I'm ripping my hair out, going like, what is it?
Okay, so Marvel Animation had a panel, and it frustrates the crap out of me because they did not give us a date for any of the shows.
Essentially,
when they've said, "What if Season 3, Eyes of Wakanda, and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man are coming this year?" and yet they still didn't give a date for any of them.
Wait, what if Season 3? No, I'm not surprised it's this year because we already have screenshots and high quality screenshots and everything. But like Friendly Neighborhood still it's Friendly Neighborhood and Eyes of Wakanda this year.
They've said it multiple times that those are still coming this year, and I'm like, then why didn't you guys give them dates? It's weird. Now, the funny part with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is that show was announced 3 years ago, and it shouldn't have been.
As fresh Spider-Man freshman year. Which
I was like, why are you announcing a 2024 show in 2021? That is way too far out, and we're still not any closer to coming out.
When did 97 get announced again?
2020.
Was that after when freshman year was announced?
No, it was before. X-Men 97 was like 2020, I think. It takes like a few years for this to happen. Like Jeremy Carr says, please hit the like button, help support the channel. All right, so here's some updates. What is Season 3? They did not give an update on release date, but they did say at the panel they showed footage, but nobody recorded it because they had high security. This was a smaller panel room. It wasn't at the Honda Center, like the big entertainment one. We'll talk about that. All right.
I mean, are you surprised because we didn't get what if Season 2's release date into like the month before?
We're going to find out when these are coming out like 2 weeks before they actually air. I just know it. Because they don't give the animated shows much marketing time. Remember we were wondering about X-Men for the longest time? They're like, boom, here it is. And it was like we had a trailer a month before release.
Then it became it became one of the biggest shows for them.
Exactly. What if Season 3 will be the last season of the show? That's fine because this is the weakest show Marvel's making right now. I don't mean that inflammatory. It's just true. There will be some other alternate universes. A Voltron anime-style episode with an Avengers team led by Sam Wilson. It will also contain Moon Knight, Photon, Red Guardian, and they will pilot mech suits to fight Gamma monsters. It'll also reveal that in other episodes of the season, they will explore characters such as Moon Knight, Ironheart, Shang-Chi, and White Vision.
Welcome back, Marvel Mech Strikes.
Right.
Mech Strike.
X-Men 97 Season 2, they say had a brief snippets in the sizzle reel. The X-Men will be wearing the Frank Quitely designed suits from the
Frank Quitely, not Grant Morrison. Frank Quitely. Grant Morrison's the writer, not the artist.
That always happens because Grant Morrison wrote all of New X-Men, where Frank Quitely only did like a third of it.
Yeah,
but anyways,
I know.
The Frank Quitely like leather suits are going to get worn at some point. We'll see how that goes. Other characters such as Havoc, Polaris, Bishop, Apocalypse, and Danger will appear in the season.
What? Apocalypse? I did not know.
Didn't know Apocalypse would be there. Eyes of Wakanda, which was only announced like last year. This show was quietly being worked on, and then suddenly popped up on us. Eyes of Wakanda is going to go to the history of Wakanda. It's going to introduce. They're going to go into. There's an episode about Kun Lun, and there will be a version of Iron Fist in the series, which is cool.
Is it different? What style is it going for? Is it like What If style, or is it going to be like 2D animated? Do we got any?
We don't have any idea what it's going to look like yet. It is going to use 3D animation. That's all we know.
Okay. For 97, how much they shoot? Is it sizzle reel? Is it storyboards? How far is that in production?
They had just a couple clips in sizzle reel. So they did say X-Men 97 season 2 will release in the next 18 months.
Okay.
So we'll see.
So not next year, probably.
It may be. It has to be next year because if the next 18 months is end of 2025. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably next year. A new character in the Wakanda series, Noni, will act as a disruptor in Wakanda, trying to expose some of the country's corruption from the people of the Hidden Nation. And Eyes of Wakanda will be a companion piece to the Black Panther films. Ryan Coogler's working on it and all that kind of good stuff. And they're going to use different points in time. It will be 4 episodes. It's going to be like a little side thing. Like
Isn't that just also Black Panther?
Yes. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. They had some footage shown that showed Peter Parker's origin somehow involving Doctor Strange. It's not very well described. Let's not worry about it.
It was like Strange and an alternate Venom for some reason.
It's a symbiote, not confirmed to be Venom.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sort of a what if, where it's like the events of Civil War, but where Tony Stark was, it's gonna be Norman Osborn.
It's like
and Norman Osborn's gonna be played by Coleman Domingo, which just sounds amazing.
It's like MCU adjacent. It's like movie with Amazon Store, where it's MCU adjacent. It's not really part of the MCU, but it's like a lot of aspects from the MCU is how I view it.
It's animated by Polygon Pictures. It's 3D, but it's in a cel-shaded style, and people that saw the footage said it looked like the Ultimate Spider-Man video game cutscenes.
Ooh, well, that sounds interesting. I actually want to see that then.
I'm looking forward to more about this. There is a Copyright Office listing saying this show's coming out November 2nd, so we'll see if that happens.
I'm surprised we haven't got any leaks of toys because it's Spider-Man.
There's no toys because the toys would get Sony money, and this is a Disney producer.
Oh, right. Keep forgetting Spider-Man, the Spider Tax.
Yep.
Right.
No Spider Tax, because the thing is, Disney's producing the show full stock, so they get all the money from it. Why would they have merch that gets? I
guess that's why any Spider-Man toys you see are just the evergreen style. Yep. I guess, yeah.
Marvel Zombies is not coming out this year nor next. They said it may not be until 2026, but it's going to be a 4-episode event. Kamala Khan will be a main character alongside Shang-Chi, because it turns out Shang-Chi's 10 rings can stop the zombie infection.
Good. Just more Shang-Chi, please.
They confirmed it as a hardcore TV MA series and will be 4 episodes.
I hope it's not in the What If style. Like it probably is going to be in the What If style.
It's probably in the What If style because it's a sequel to the episode.
Yeah, but I hope it's just more. I don't know.
Interesting.
Like they're going full Team MA. I also just hope they get more. I don't know. If you're going full TV MA, hope for very graphic stuff. Hopefully.
Muteki, the voice actor for Spider-Man, is the same one from What If.
I mean, he was a good voice actor.
I don't mind him at all.
He was definitely. They definitely got him to sound like Tom Holland, but I think he has his own take on the character, which I like.
Muteki MA will probably still be on Disney Plus because they have that parental control setting.
Yeah.
So.
Zeb
Wells is writing Marvel Zombies, but Zeb Wells has just got a Spider-Man problem called the Spider-Man editorial because he wrote Deadpool and Wolverine. So.
Yeah, I don't want to.
And there's no TV show as a single writer. There's multiple people.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm just not that interested in Marvel Zombies. So if they're going to lure me in with Shang-Chi and Miss Marvel, then so be it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk D23. So the D23 entertainment panel. This was it was advertised as a 2-hour event, but it was actually 3. Disney, what are you, Hasbro? Anyways, it's a scripted event. Didn't need to be 3 hours, but whatever. This was updates on all the Disney studios. There was 4 trailers released to the public, and 9 trailers showed to the audience that were fully produced trailers, and I think that's ridiculous. It's way too much of a disparity. Yeah. And all those trailers leaked online anyways. What was the point of hiding them?
All right, shall we go in order?
We will go in order. I've seen a bunch of the trailers. I'm just gonna say that first off. I've seen leaked trailers. I'm not gonna tell you where. I'm just gonna tell you I saw them. All right.
Twitter.
Yeah. Avatar: Fire and Ash is the official name for the third movie, and it is, of course, fire themed. That makes sense after the second movie was water themed. The first one was nature themed. I don't care about Avatar. Moving on.
Man, they're really trying to battle the other Avatar then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which Avatar is this?
Exactly. Hey,
Wait.
The whole reason the show was called Avatar: The Last Airbender is because James Cameron already trademarked Avatar.
Is that
these two
Smurf
franchises
Avatar?
are eternally linked?
Smurf Avatar, because Disney.
Yeah.
Disney.
Okay.
Last Airbender Avatar is Paramount.
Because being fire themed, I was like, oh man, they're trying to more confuse it. Firebenders?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. Right?
They're like, it's going to be Fire Navi. And I'm like, I didn't watch the second movie. I didn't like the first one. I still don't care. But it's just funny to watch.
Yeah, same.
All right. Dwayne Johnson's making a Monster Jam movie. Moving on.
Of course.
Wait, so is this related to the Spin Master, monster truck toy line?
I don't know, okay? They didn't really nothing is known about the project other than it'll be about monster trucks and the culture surrounding them.
James Watson, this will change the hierarchy of the monster truck universe.
Dwayne Johnson and Seven Buck Productions have an exclusive first look deal with Disney. That's the only reason it's getting made. All right. Mufasa the Lion King put out a trailer. I did not watch it. I will be forced to watch it in a movie theater at some point, and I will watch it then. Apparently, they retconned the whole origin of him and Scar.
I mean, to be fair, there's multiple retcons.
Apparently Mufasa is the adopted kid or something.
Which doesn't make sense. When you go, why that doesn't make sense then? Because when the blood one would be the king then.
This comes out the same day as Sonic. And if Sonic doesn't move, I'm going.
I mean, that also goes to Paramount. Look, we got a trailer for Mufasa. Where's our Sonic 3 trailer? Paramount?
They're not ready for Sonic 3 trailer. I gotta tell you, that movie wrapped filming in May. It's not ready yet.
Those toys are leaking. And Jakks Pacific.
In Jakks' defense, they already had all the designs they needed.
Yeah, but getting to the point where
I will give credit. I gotta give credit. There's actual expression in these lions' faces, which is more than I can say about any footage I saw of the first Lion King.
That first movie is horrible.
I've never watched it, and I'm going to plan to. All right. Snow White. Oh, God. Okay, so I got to tell you. I watched this teaser trailer, and I watched the clip that was shown at the panel.
Kal-El, no!
Regardless of anything else going on, Rachel Zegler's singing voice is beautiful.
I feel bad for her.
That girl can sing. Oh my God, she's amazing.
I feel bad. She's clearly doing her best, but everything else around
the CG animals also don't look too Uncanny Valley.
And then we get the CG dwarves.
But the dwarves look so bad and so fake. It makes her dress look fake. And I know the dress is real, and I know the set is real because we had photos of that. And yet the dwarves make everything look fake. This movie looks so fake. It's ridiculous.
The dwarves are so apparently the reason why I didn't get actual actors with dwarves is because there was some kind of controversy with Peter
Dinklage said, I wish that little people could get hired for parts that aren't just dwarves. And then Disney took that as, we should CG our dwarves. And I'm like, no, you should have hired 7 little people. Okay?
Where I go, I understand where Peter Dinklage is coming from, but also...
But it's also not his fault, because he didn't tell Disney you should CG some dwarves instead, right?
Yeah.
All he said is, we gotta get stereotyped in casting. And then, so the thing is, it's not his fault, it's Disney's fault for not just doing better, you know?
Yeah, because the problem with the CG, the dwarves, is they're so uncanny, because they're clearly trying to make them look like the animated versions of them.
They look like Polar Express characters. And you know what? Polar Express didn't have a live Rachel Zegler standing next to people.
Yes. I think it was Dopey, or one of them just looked like Ralph Newman of the Mad Magazine.
Yes, Dopey does, yeah. No, and the thing is, they show them barely in the trailer, and they look worse in the clip that I watched off of somebody's cell phone footage.
I mean, should we talk about the villain in both real life and the movie?
Hey, maybe Gal Gadot found her calling as a villain. I don't know.
It takes her acting.
She's just as bad in this as she is in anything else.
Kal-El, no!
I gotta tell you though. I gotta tell you, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot are perfect to be playing. They're polar opposite people. On the red carpet for D23, they were like Rachel Zegler's just got that uncomfortable smile, like when you don't want to be standing next to somebody. It was like it was like Jack Quaid standing next to Homelander in that one GIF. Anyways, moving on. I hope this movie's good. I thought Little Mermaid looked terrible in the trailers, and I actually really liked it. So like I'm not gonna like prejudge too much, but I hope the movie doesn't look as fake as hell as the trailer does.
Also, I feel also like the poster. I hate to say this, but the poster, the way how it looks, it gets this AI generated feel.
Yes, it does. It just
like
the problem
so
is
AI...
the movie just looks so fake because there's just so much VFX. It just doesn't look like a real movie anymore.
Which is weird because Snow White, the original film, is very more down to earth compared to other Disney films. I think also, I guess my problem with Snow White is what it means, because Snow White is the first theatrical hand-drawn film ever.
Mm. So
seeing a live-action version of it just feels just kind of, I don't want to say disrespectful, but like, you have some shoes to fill, and that's gonna fill them scenario.
Yeah. It's kind of like how I don't like. I'm so happy Maleficent exists as opposed to a Sleeping Beauty remake.
Yeah, I know. Because even though I wasn't a fan of Maleficent or Cruella, I think those ones are the better ones of the Disney live action. So because they're doing something new at the very least.
I love the first Maleficent movie, though. I gotta tell you, I thought for years I was like, I'm not gonna watch that. That was a dumb idea, and I watched. I was like, Angelina Jolie ate it. This is great. She just killed it on that part. She was so amazing. It's like all the weaker parts of Maleficent was just better because Angelina Jolie was playing the character.
I'm not a fan of the movie, but I'll give credit for Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. It was at least a sequel to the original story.
All right, moving on. Oh God, son of a. I thought I could jump to a positive topic. Okay.
I'm waiting for Shane to catch it.
I could have. I thought you. I know nothing about this. I thought you were gonna be happy. So, what's wrong now?
No, do we need to get the Simpsons monkey paw gif here?
I would have just rather had no Tron 3 than to have this movie.
So what happened here?
Okay.
So
Tron,
you go,
I love
you're
Tron.
The big Tron guy.
I love Tron so much. The original Tron film, one of my favorites of all time. Tron Legacy, one of my favorites of all time. And damn it, why is the third movie starring Jared Leto? Jared Leto is a curse, okay? You put him in a movie and everything else falls apart around it, okay? First of all, the director is the director of the second Maleficent movie, which is not a compliment.
Unless you're American Psycho, where he gets killed by
that was before Jared Leto was a problem. Okay,
crazy, yeah.
So this is coming out October 10th, 2025. They showed a trailer. I saw the leaked trailer. It looks like dog shit. The thing is, the original Tron gave us CGI visual effects. Okay? Tron Legacy figured out how to make de-aging not look insanely creepy and pushed visuals forward of a blending of CG environments with physical people. So, of course, Tron Ares takes place entirely in the real world.
So boring. Because my partner they're in the chat scrubbing that Neutron gave me so much mental pain because we watched that trailer, and the problem I have with the trailer, and he had also, is the vibe of Tron is nowhere in this trailer. Tron.
This was done. Tron has a vibe and Tron has a style, and this movie looks like it was made off of somebody that had the bullet points given to them by a studio executive.
Yeah, because he's one of the few people that played the visual novel game on Steam.
I played that too.
And he loves that game because he felt like that was a great extension to the Tron world and such like that. And seeing this, it felt like none of that is continuing there. And which I understand that's a video game and they're not going to continue stuff in video games, but still, like, I just see this and it doesn't look like Tron. It just looks like a generic sci-fi movie.
Yes.
And I think the red does not help because I get it.
The other problem is there's no good guys in this movie. Let me read you the description. Jared Leto plays Ares, who's described as an evil artificial intelligence. It'll feature characters leaving the digital world and entering the real one, which just sounds like some executives like, we need to make a Tron movie, but we don't want to spend too much money on it. Along with the new footage, it was announced that Nine Inch Nails will be making the music for the movie. We already knew this, okay? Because, it was announced a while back that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are doing the music, but like now they're just like, it's Nine Inch Nails, and I'm like, okay, you can have a good soundtrack in a shitty movie. I've watched Dark Phoenix. The footage. So then the footage goes into, and this is the trailer, as Evan Peters talking about artificial intelligence, and apparently Evan Peters is another Dillinger kid, and I'm like, why are we not using Edward Dillinger Jr., who was set up in Legacy, but whatever. And says that artificial intelligence will be making it into the physical world. The trailer then transitions to snowy terrain before showing Jared Leto's character Ares narrating about finding his purpose as he explores the real world. The trailer shows light cycles driving across the city, and the trailer ends with Ares throwing a disc, and a first look at Jeff Bridges' character on a purple grid saying, "Greetings, Bookworm," which is a pun on Greetings program. Jeff Bridges was there, and he said, "I'm barely in this movie," which was just not helping the confidence here. Also, Jeff Bridges' character, Kevin Flynn, is dead.
Yeah, so why is this in our Clue scenario where it's a clone?
Exactly. Who's the good guy in this? You have evil artificial intelligence, the evil programmer that made him, the evil, Dillinger guy. Like, okay, what are we doing here story-wise? Visually, it doesn't look great. And it being set in the real world means VFX ain't going to help anything that was in that trailer.
The music also, like, God.
And as Spindash said, is Tron in Tron? There is no confirmation Bruce Boxleitner is in this, and that guy carried a TV show and 2 video games.
And that's the thing, like, if Tron himself, like, if he has someone be the next, like Uprising, just have someone be Tron. And the next thing
even with Legacy, when they were hiding Tron, they still said Bruce Boxleitner was in the movie as Alan Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of hate that Jeff Bridges is here, because, guys, Kevin Flynn is not the main character of this franchise. And yet, that was one of my problems with Legacy, is it kind of pretended like Kevin Flynn was the main character of the franchise. Kevin Flynn is the audience gateway into the world of Tron, but Tron is the main character.
And now, thankfully, Uprising 6 is that, honestly. Yeah, and that's the thing is, the music goes like I know, and I don't even mean like Daft Punk, because even because both Tron films have that very synthy vibe. And it gave Tron an identity, both the original and Legacy.
And the stuff that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are doing a lot of techno synthy vibe stuff in their other stuff, like Mutant Mayhem. So like, that's fine. They can probably do it. I feel like they're trying to go like it's 9 Inch Nails instead of Daft Punk, and I'm like.
The trailer is generic movie Hans Zimmer.
Yes, exactly. Like if that's their music, I think it's temp tracks, right? Because this isn't a fully publicly released trailer, and the movie's still out a year from now, or 14 months from now. But like, I gotta tell you guys, the production team on Tron Legacy, like the director of that movie did Top Gun Maverick. Why would you not try to get that guy back?
Well, yeah, you remember didn't he try so hard to get the next film, right? Like
he did, and then he went and made Top Gun Maverick instead. But like now you could advertise it as from the director of Top Gun Maverick instead of from the director of movies people don't like, and then ones that haven't come out yet.
Like, didn't the reason why he did Tomorrowland, was that the film he did also? It wasn't the only reason he did that film so he can get Tron 3, like his Tron 3 made, and. Sadly, that film flopped, not out of control, but just how Disney marketed that film.
But also, like, everybody that's in that like, Garrett Hedlund, Olivia Wilde, their careers ain't going anywhere. Why couldn't you get them?
Because it's so...
Why would you not pick up Cillian Murphy after Oppenheimer? You could sell the movie on Cillian Murphy as the villain as Ed Dillinger Jr., which was set up in the previous movie. Why are we swapping to a new Dillinger? The thing is, it just doesn't seem like they want to spend money on this movie, and that's my problem. You got to spend money on Tron so that when it flops, it becomes a cult classic.
Because so weird. Because it's so weird because even after Legacy, they still bank on those characters. They Tron, Crow, like Flynn and what's the girl's name? Cora were in Disney Infinity. There were a lot of... They use those two characters in a lot of merch.
They spent 6 years building the roller coaster at Disney World.
They released that... Yeah, and they released that visual novel, which clearly had the Legacy styling. Yeah, that Legacy Uprising had. They were trying... Because that was Tron's identity. And this, like... If I showed this image to someone, people would probably think it's sort of like Destiny or something like that.
And in 8 months, when the trailer comes out to the public and we see it in HD and stuff, I hope it looks better. Because if it looks like what they just showed, I don't know.
Tron Lord Gaming. Certainly now is Jared Leto cursed, but it feels like the Tron IP is cursed just to not have much.
That was the thing about Tron. Tron has never been a big money maker. It has always flopped ever since the first movie, but the quality was so good it brought people back every time. You can't half-ass Tron.
I mean, I want to bring it up because Kyle said also the news said not to put other people's work under scrutiny. X97 Eating Trees being written by the same guy who did script for Love and Thunder, and I don't say anywhere here. I think the problem is here we have evidence. We have a visual look at what this piece looked like.
The thing is, this director could do a great job. I didn't think Wes Ball could direct a great movie, and they did Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Things happen depending on the studio setting. But with this, when it was on paper, I wasn't worried about it. Now that I'm seeing it, and I'm hearing what they're... Because even on top of the trailer, we have these descriptions of characters. What I'm seeing is not making me any more confident in this creative team, right? That's the big difference. We haven't seen X-Men 97 Season 3 yet, so we can't really judge the writing of the new head writer, right? But we can start to judge what's coming here because they're telling us stuff about it. They're showing us a trailer. And I am just not feeling like the love is there. It kind of feels like, it feels too much like make a movie by numbers from the corporate executive office.
And that's the thing.
Sarcasm.
And that's the thing, and the classical writer could be better at one thing versus another writer. One writer could write, comics, essentially comics. One writer could be a fantastic writer for one property, but kind of fumble it back with another. Because again,
Zeb Wells who's directed this movie hasn't directed any good movies yet. That's also helping.
Zeb Wells is a good example. Zeb Wells, yes, Spider-Man Run is bad, but he wrote good stuff. I think that's the sad thing is I think we were gaslighting themselves, thinking Zeb Wells is like Hitler of comic writing.
Most of the decisions in the Spider-Man run that everybody hates are not his decisions.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And Zeb Wells has wrote good books. He has. And I wish people don't deny that because it's kind of disheartening.
Yep.
And such.
We spent way too long on this. We need to move on. But I gotta say, I hope that in the next 14
you're the
months,
you're the Tron guy. You're the Tron guy, so...
Yeah. Now I know why, because when I saw it, I was like, Tana's gonna be happy. No, let me tell you why you're wrong.
Corey Robinson. Perfect comment. My biggest fear isn't it failing, it's succeeding and derailing other Tron media to become like it. Exactly. I don't want this one to be the successful one.
Maybe we get a Snake Eye scenario where there will be a new toy line, a really good toy line for Tron, but the movie will be bad, but you have a good toy line in the very least.
Maybe. I hope this movie's good, but everything is yelling. Every little warning bell in my head is screaming that there's something severely wrong with the mentality going into making this movie. And that's where I'm standing with it. All right. They showed the first look at Lilo and Stitch live action. It looks like Stitch with a texture filter. Concept-wise, do we need a live-action Lilo and Stitch? Absolutely not. But can I say that Stitch looks good without saying that I think the movie should exist? Yes, because I think Stitch actually looks good.
He looks fine.
He looks like Stitch.
Just
yeah, exactly. That's what we want.
We didn't get ugly Sonic, so...
I'm going in this movie cautiously, because the Lilo and Stitch franchise means it was my childhood alongside Toy Story. And, I'm going this cautiously. I don't think it's going to be bad. I mean, we don't have a full trailer yet. We just have what Stitch looks like, but I really am a little worried because I feel Lilo and Stitch the original film is such a amazing movie to me, and it has some.
I don't think this live action's ever going to live up to it, but I hope it could be like Aladdin or Little Mermaid, where I'm like, you know what, this isn't as good as the original, but it's still good.
Yeah.
That's
I am terrified. I am terrified what Jumbo and Pleakley will look like.
I cannot wait to see Jumbo and Pleakley. That'll be so great.
God, Chianti. I want Chianti just to look like King Shark with the CW.
That'd be fun. But yeah, no, Stitch. I think Stitch got the Sonic treatment, but the Sonic 2.0 treatment. So we're better off. Captain America: Brave New World. They showed a new trailer, 2.5 minutes, not released to the public.
Which is weird. You think they would have this one in public?
A lot of stuff with the new Falcon though, which was cool. And they showed Harrison Ford's transformation into Red Hulk.
No, that's just Harrison Ford. You asked him a Star Wars question. This is what happens.
Still sitting on this movie has had too many reshoots to be good button, but let's see if it turns out good.
I think that first trailer was pretty strong.
Yeah. I'm just worried.
This...
I'm like, it's had too many reshoots. Also, like, oh yeah, that one actor from this movie was saying that it was going to be grounded, and I was like, you sure there's a Red Hulk in it? Let's see. Fantastic Four First Steps. They re-showed the footage from Comic-Con. And then they also had a new...
That's still locked behind camera rips.
Still locked behind cam rips. They did... Michael Giacchino was on a panel for Marvel Music, and he played the theme for Fantastic Four First Steps.
I didn't heard that.
Beautiful. It is beautiful. Michael Giacchino is a genius. He's like one of my favorite composers ever. He brought in a choir to do the Fantastic Four First Steps theme, and it's amazing. I was worried he might just fall into, like, let me just do Incredibles. He went for something different, and I love it. It's amazing.
Is it still that same vibe? Still the same vibe?
There was a first look at Johnny Storm in costume, though. Let me go see if I can find that real quick. Because that wasn't locked behind... they didn't say people couldn't take photos of that, because I saw pictures all over that. Let's see. Fantastic Four costume. But yeah, no, the Fantastic Four theme sounds amazing. Very excited for this movie still.
Yeah.
Because, where is it? But yeah, they had the cast in a like little presentation. Here it is. They were like sitting at a table. I can switch over real quick. Here it is. And this has Johnny Storm's in costume, and Joseph Quinn's got his wig on. So we have a better look at him. Everybody's in costume except for Ebon Moss-Bachrach, because I think he's probably, mocapping at this time. But
they should have put a pile of rocks where he is.
Right. So yeah, that's they had this little video to say, hey, we're filming. Sorry, we can't be there. And
are you blue and white Fantastic Four suit guy or a blue and black?
I flip flop. I actually like both. I'm cool with the white because we've done with the previous movies. They've done the black, except for the '94 movies. So I'm like, let's go blue and white. I mean, if they wanted to go crazy, they could go all John Byrne and make it black and white.
No, I mean, wasn't that fantastic?
That's true. But anyways, I thought the suit looks good. We'll see more in the future. New Agatha trailer. Think it looks good.
I do find it funny at this point we now have 4 Fantastic Four MCU costumes.
Oh, I know. I thought the Agatha trailer looked good. I'm excited for the show still. It's a 9-episode series, which is nice.
Nice, actually 9. That's actually rare.
Ironheart. This show still doesn't have a date. We know it's next year.
Wait, do we? I must have missed this. I did some discussion.
For a while, I thought nobody leaked the Ironheart trailer, but I finally found it. It was a 2-minute trailer. This show is going to pick up from Wakanda Forever. It will follow Riri. Her life falls apart because of the events of that movie, and she's on her quest to build her own armor because she can't have the one she had in Wakanda Forever because it was made with vibranium, and the Wakandans were like, yeah, we got to keep that, sorry. I like the concept of this because instead of Riri following in the footsteps of Tony Stark in the way she did in the comics, in this show, she seems to be having to go through illegal means to get the funding to build her suit, and I think that's kind of an interesting amoral kind of road for her to go down. A little bit more gray in that. So
yeah, because Riri's one of those characters that I think I understand why she gets not a lot of love. I didn't help that Bendis wrote her.
Being created by Bendis is a hurdle that many characters have to overcome.
Why does he keep writing for young black characters?
Because he has 2 black daughters.
Okay.
He keeps trying to create characters for them, but they never stick.
Yeah.
It's sad. His heart's in the right place. He just doesn't have the skill for it.
or at least the viewpoint.
Yeah.
But still, but I think Riri is a good character. I'm glad that we're getting a story that sounds interesting.
Oh, and the main villain is the Hood.
Oh, the Hood. Okay, is he gonna become Ghost Rider? Is he gonna become Ghost Rider then?
Maybe. Anthony Ramos is playing the Hood, and I'm like, ooh, Anthony Ramos is the Hood. That sounds cool.
I love you went from a guy who did not care for the Hood at all to okay, maybe I'm interested in this character.
Marvel making him a Ghost Rider did it. Anthony Ramos playing him did it. I'm easily won over.
Sorry, go put your Hood legend next to all the Ghost Riders you have so far.
No, I want the Ghost Rider version of the Hood. So.
Hey, at least he has a civilian figure.
It's true. This looks good though. I thought the trailer looked good. From what I could tell from
his arm. Do we got any updates
from the cell phone footage of this? It looks good. What was that?
Did we get any updates for Armor Wars, or is that still Limbo
Armor
Project?
Wars was not mentioned at Comic-Con nor here. I would be.
That's gonna be that's Ghost Project at this point.
Yep. Daredevil Born Again was the trailer they should have released. This show's coming out in March.
Why?
This show is coming out in March. They had a booth that had Daredevil and Kingpin art. They had the cast get interviewed. Why was this only on the panel?
It's the most look forward to MCU project right now.
This trailer confirms White Tiger is in it. This trailer confirms that everybody's back. Has Punisher in it. For some reason, Kamala Khan's father's in it.
Yep.
We won't mention what the actor did
because we don't even know if the actor did it.
Yeah.
Daredevil. This looks amazing. This trailer. I watched like 4 or 5 rips with people with better cell phone quality, but this looks amazing. And I am kind of mad they didn't release this because this overshadowed the Agatha trailer anyways. You might as well have released it to the public.
Right, well, yeah.
Very bizarre, but very, very good. I'm so excited for this. This comes out in March. All right, Lucasfilm time. The one trailer they released was Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I have zero interest in the show. I watched the trailer.
Was Skeleton Crew announced like ages ago?
This was announced ages ago. They finally put a trailer out. I still don't care.
What's the show about?
The show is about a group of kids who end up on a ship and go off into adventures. It shows a new type of Star Wars planet, which basically looks like 80s suburb. They said it's inspired by Goonies and E.T., and Jude Law is a Force-sensitive character that helps guide them. I do not care.
Why isn't this like an animated show?
I don't know why this isn't an animated show.
This sounds like a Star Trek Prodigy.
I was about to say. Show. I have a friend who's a huge Star Wars fan, and I showed him this trailer, and he said, that looks, I guess, interesting, but he said, I don't know what this is mean, but it looks like they ordered Star Trek Prodigy on Wish. And it's true. This show, the kids accidentally leave their home and want to get back, whereas in Star Trek Prodigy, they're child slaves who break free and go to find a better life, which gives them so much more agency, I gotta say. That being said, there's a bunch of people excited for this. I'm excited for you if you're excited for this. I just don't care.
It's because it's something. I think it's because it's something different.
It is
because it is something. Yeah.
And I gotta say, there's a lot of people who were like poo-pooing on the Acolyte. They were like, "Oh, this looks amazing," and I'm like, all of you who are asking why did they make the Acolyte are like, "This is incredible." When I don't see a purpose to this show existing.
I think I haven't seen the trailer myself, but I think what you described, it's nice variety because I feel like the problem with Star Wars right now is the lack of variety.
I was like, this is new and interesting until the end of the trailer where they revealed Jude Law was a Jedi, and I was like, God, just get away from the Jedi.
I mean, still, like, look, it's one of those things where it forces stuff for us. Yeah. You can have it's Star Wars, but still, like, we got nowadays with Star Wars, it's here Jedi and Sith. Bounty hunters, vampire, and politics. So it's nice to have something super removed from it. Like once
I will say they brought back the werewolf alien from the cantina, and I'm like, oh cool, I'll buy a toy of him.
Oh, werewolf when I snuck in the show also.
That being said, though, it's just if this is weekly, I'm not going to watch it weekly. I'll probably give it a shot when it's done.
Unless it has good praise about it.
I mean, even then, the whole premise. There's nothing hooking me. I think the trailer set up like Jude Law is going to be the hook, but I don't like Jude Law. I don't like the Goonies. This isn't a show for me. I hope kids enjoy it because it looks like it's a great show for kids.
I'm surprised you're not a Goonies guy. Honestly,
I'm not a Goonies fan. I like E.T., but I don't love E.T., and I don't like the Goonies. You think I would, but I just don't. I know, it's blasphemous or whatever. I hope it has its audience because not everything needs to be made for me, and that's totally fine. I'm not going to be sitting here like, it's not my interest, it's terrible. Like, no, if it's good, it's good,
It's not the thing I want, that's why it's banned.
I got the thing I wanted, and it didn't live up to my hype in Acolyte. And guess what? We have other things, like Andor Season 2 with another 2-minute trailer, finished VFX. This should have gotten released, and I forgot we have toy news.
Oh boy.
They've revealed toys for Andor Season 2 as if they showed the trailer to the public, which they did.
Well, didn't Season 2 still got leaked from the Hasbro Star Wars panel on Comic-Con?
Yep, and they did another reveal today. K2SO's back. Alan Tudyk's back as K2SO. Ben Mendelsohn is back as Krennic. Forrest Whitaker's back as Saw Gerrera. Injected into my veins is coming next year. I can't wait.
So this is before Rogue One, right?
Yes. This is going to be years 2 through 5 before Rogue One. Like,
Okay.
Andor was year 1. Season 1 was year 1. This is going to be year 2, 3, and 4, and 5. And it's going to be... So it's covering 4 years, 3 episodes each. And they did that because Tony Gilroy and Diego Luna looked at each other and said, are we going to do 10 years of Andor? And they were like, no, let's just do the rest of this in Season 2.
You should do like a Star Wars like timeline guide eventually.
I need to. Mandalorian and Grogu. This is a movie that's not out till 2026, so I get why they didn't show this part to the public.
Man, that's my So this is what happens when you take the Mando 3 cart and you lock it on the Mando and Grogu cart.
Yes. Mandalorian and Grogu. They showed a sizzle reel. It's a lot of clips from previous seasons, but there was some new footage showing snowtroopers. Zeb from Rebels is in this because the movie budget can afford him, unlike the Ahsoka show.
Please get Steve Bloom to reprise his role.
He should be because Steve Bloom voiced Zeb when he showed up in Season 3 of Mando, so it should still be Steve Bloom for the movie. I don't see why that would change.
You know Hollywood.
I know Hollywood, but Dave Filoni's in charge of this, and I trust Dave. I shouldn't trust Dave Filoni that much. But
I was gonna say, I was like,
I trust him enough to keep Steve Bloom because there's no reason to recast. It's not a physical performance problem. Anyways, cute stuff. Can't wait to see more, I guess. Let's get to Pixar.
Did you get any Razor Quest?
What was that? Oh, the Razor Quest is there.
Yeah. So can't wait for that Haslab to replace. I'll never forget the.
And we know it wasn't old footage. Yeah. That's right. Zeb did speak in the trailer. Thanks, Infinity War Torn. Yeah, it is still Steve Bloom as Zeb. He was in the trailer.
I still love Haslab Razor Quest Fun Day. The next week blown up in the show.
But it's back. He gets a new one. All right, Incredibles 3 got announced, which I think is great. If I was asking for a Pixar, if I had to pick a Pixar sequel to get, this is the one.
That one, exactly. That's how I felt when I saw some of the other, which you're going to get
to.
Please
do a time skip. Please do a time skip.
And that's like the only one that not the only one, but that's like the one I most think actually needs a sequel.
Yeah, superhero stuff is built for sequels.
I didn't hate Incredibles 2. I understand why people don't, but like I think there's still potential in this franchise,
Definitely.
and I just but they do need to do a time skip. I do not want. I do not want Violet, Dash, and Jack to be kids.
It's for legit. Yeah. Exactly. I'm the same way.
These movies don't come often enough to do a Despicable Me. Like everybody's just always the same age thing. Like
it's ridiculous.
These come like every 15 years. We need to move along.
Exactly. I'm like, let's see them grown. Yeah.
Inside Out is getting a spin-off Disney Plus show called Dream Productions, which is like the dreams inside Riley's head.
This was announced a while ago. Remember, right? So I'm not surprised it's fully being greenlit because of the sequel.
Set between Inside Out and Inside Out 2, streaming in 2025. Win or Lose, which is this baseball show that Pixar is doing, is finally coming out.
It's finally coming. This was
December
announced,
6th, 2024.
Yeah, because this was announced, I think, when Disney Plus was first revealed.
Yep.
This is one of the shows that Pixar was going to do, and now it's finally coming out.
Moving on. This is... Sorry, it looks good. It's 8 episodes. It looks fun. We got to keep moving because it's already 7. Hoppers, which is a new original film about a girl who transfers her mind into a robot beaver. That sounds like amazing. I'm kind of into this. Bonkers stuff. 2026. Elio, summer 2025. They brought in a new director and they've reworked this movie.
This was meant to come out this year, but due to the financial losses, I think, with Pixar from Lightyear and such, they had to push it to next year.
And they reworked the movie in the meantime. I'm
hoping that's because there's been a history of Pixar doing that, Brave, and not turning out well. So hopefully
it's good.
It's here.
Toy Story 5.
Moana
2. Moana 2 had a trailer that actually looks like a movie this time, not just a Disney Plus show like highlight reel.
Which is nice.
It's nice. It looks good. I think it's shaping up pretty good. We'll see when it comes out. Zootopia 2. They showed some footage to the audience. Ki Wei Kwan's going to play a snake named Gray, which I think is funny. Because they're going to be integrating more animals into Zootopia, like reptiles.
It's reptile. Yes, reptile. I love people because there was I'm not sure it was in the show or just in D23. There was a Zootopia-fied Deadpool Wolverine.
Yes.
I love people joking. I love people joking like, "Wow, they got is it like racist to cast a wolf as a Wolverine?"
Right? It was the weirdest thing. It was like Wolverine, and I was like, but Wolverine's an animal.
Yeah.
Anyways, there was a clip. It's coming out November 2025. Frozen 3 doesn't come out till November 25th, 2026. They showed this very Sleeping Beauty-like concept art, and I'm like, man, I wish the Frozen movies looked like that.
And they also announced 4! Man,
Yep.
They're milking this franchise.
3 and 4 are going to be a 2-parter, it seems.
Oh, 2? Oh, God. Welcome back, 2010s.
Yep. We will see if the world still exists when Frozen 4 comes out. And that wraps up D23.
and the world of the froze over.
Exactly.
Well, you don't want to talk. Well, you don't want to talk about the 50 army of Buzz Lightyears as the villain in Toy Story 5.
I don't want to talk about Toy Story 5.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not. I am not contractually obligated to acknowledge Toy Story 5's existence, and the fact I did shows the restraint that I have.
I went on a rant this past Saturday on my stream. Oh my god!
I'm glad I'm glad I'm not the only one that has a major problem with Toy Story 5.
I'm glad too, because I thought I was alone.
Also, I love how Woody's there. Like, we didn't spend an entire movie getting rid of him.
I know, right? I love people going like, somehow Woody has returned.
And I kept saying it like when I was ranting. I'm like, I'm saying this as a fan of the franchise.
Yeah.
Why is this being made?
I'm like, please stop. I don't want any more Toy Story.
You know what's the sad thing is, I think the concept art of the iPad generation could have been a great movie. It just wasn't the 5th film. If that was like Floor's,
because the biggest problem with the toys right now is not the iPads, it's the prices. Do a movie about toy prices. All right, let's get into some comic book news. Just brief stuff. The Ultraman manga, the mech armor suit one that inspired the anime, is now on the Viz Manga app. They've updated all the way up to the current chapter. Just dropped it all at once, so if you want to sub to Viz Manga for that, you can now read it digitally, which is great, because it had only been in print before.
And you're already caught up. You can just read the chapters for free, because they do that with the Shonen Jump app.
All right, there is a new Kickstarter from Legendary Comics, Pacific Rim Final Breach. This is a 3-volume graphic novel series that is basically just, here's your 3rd movie you're never getting. It follows the plot after Uprising. It brings back Raleigh Beckett from the first movie, and it's going to be released in 3 volumes. I imagine these are also going to be released at retail later. But if you want the hardcovers and you get a box set, or if you just want a PDF, it'll be through Kickstarter. It'll be 3 volumes. These are pretty far out, like production-wise. I'm kind of looking at getting this box set with a slipcase, but because that looks kind of fun to have them all in a slipcase. They will ship them as they come out. It will not be shipped all at once. Wave 1 is October 2025. Wave 2, fall 2026. And Wave 3, fall 2027. Because these are I think they're 120-page graphic novels or something. So they're going to take some time to make. But it currently hasn't met its goal yet. But it's really close. It's at 92,000. It needs 99,000. There's 22 days to go.
I'm glad they're not skipping Uprising. I know that's the film no one likes, but I'm glad they're takeaway.
I am glad that they're ignoring the Uprising prequel novel that said Raleigh died from cancer between movies.
Oh yeah, I remember that controversy.
Glad that got retconned. I will probably back this because I have that Pacific Rim disease called I like the franchise.
Didn't you like the?
I didn't like the first movie. I like the second movie more. I am weird. I know. I love Blackout. Blackout's my favorite of the media stuff. I love the comics.
The anime. I love the anime. I love the anime.
Skybound announced Transformers' Worst Spot Ever Meet Ballpoint. It's a young adult graphic novel about Ballpoint, who's a. I
didn't even know Skybound did young adult.
I didn't know Skybound did anything that wasn't mature rated. So this is cool.
It's nice to show that Skybound is doing more for the franchise than just the main Energon universe. It's nice to see.
And this is the first book in a series of graphic novels. Great stuff. Get kids into comics by giving them comics that are made for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the first thing in the Skybound Comet Young Readers imprint. We're going to blow through the Bandai news, guys. I'm just going to warn you ahead of time. We're going to be flying through.
What would be a good G.I. Joe character to do a young graphic novel series about?
Tunnel Rat. Everybody loves Tunnel Rat.
Jinx could also work, maybe.
Yeah.
Or Kamakura. Kamakura is a young, bright ninja boy.
That's true. I think Kamakura was the yellow Kid Appeal character of G.I. Joe in the 2000s.
Yeah, he was.
For the sake of time, everybody, we're going to go through the Bandai Toy news, just looking at the item. We're not going into details. Just to get kind of back on track here, we got stuff to talk about. All right. Here we go. Bandai Toys. All right, so the Memorial Edition 30th Anniversary Dictator from Blue SWAT. They did a blog post. They did explain that they did change the gimmick slightly. For those that may not know, the original Blue SWAT weapon had these little, like, what were they? Bullet casings that would shoot out the top of the gun. They would, like, fire off and they'd fly out. Now they don't do that. They're going to just cycle. It's going to have, like, this feature where it still looks like they're firing out, but it'll just be, like, a little, like, rotating.
I imagine that's a safety concern, probably. Why
safety concern, maybe you don't want to lose things on the very expensive version of the toy.
To the carpet goblins you go.
Exactly, but it's not going to fly out anymore. It's just going to rotate. So,
don't import this, or else customs might go after you.
Yeah, it does have 2 different magazine extension sizes. Toku Collectibles is importing it though, so if you're trying to get it, I'd recommend going through them as opposed to direct sale to you, because it has to go to them first before they ship it to you. Maybe an option. All right. The full-size Bujin sword for Bujin Sword is coming out, as well as a premium DX Memorial Edition of the Geats Oneness buckle from the movie. What the hell? Why? Moving on. Sword, not why, because, of course, sword, but, like, this buckle had no business getting a Memorial Edition.
It's just a hunk of plastic.
It's a hunk of plastic with a card that was used in one scene in one movie. Anyways, this is the secondary writer for Kamen Rider Gav. This is his look. He's the chocolate one, and he has a chocolate gun.
Oh yeah, I got confused for a second. Like, why am I seeing the chocolate form by itself? Oh, he's the secondary writer.
The secondary writer also uses the chocolate. Gav uses it as well. So, Kamen Rider Valen. Yep. Cool. And next up, the ships from Dyna for Super Guts. Those will be released as it was Super Guts, right? Or is that the Trigger one? No, it's
Super Guts.
Super Guts. The Super Guts vehicles are getting their larger size diecast fancy version ships that they've been doing lately.
I remember Super Guts because it has like one of my favorite Wakanda things, like SUPEGUT Super Guts.
The Zero Eye is going to get a 15th anniversary Ultra Replica edition.
So first a release, pretty much.
And then the Zero bracelet's coming out again in a damaged version that has sounds for Ultraman Saga.
This is, I think it's Saga and Gene. I got confused. When was this a thing? Oh yeah, this happened. Not Gene.
If your Volto driver needs a high spec belt, that now exists. The complete selection modification Orga driver will be revealed in August, and Kamen Rider Majade's power-up form. Will be using Twilight Majade will be using the Majesty driver unit, which I theoretically works on its own, but in show she uses both her light and dark rings to transform with, so you probably still need the regular Majade unit too. Which this wouldn't sting as bad if it wasn't for the fact that the Majade driver unit was also P Bandai.
Was this the one with? Is this the one with the missing chemis, or am I thinking the other?
That one was missing a chemi card. This one looks like it's complete though, which is nice.
Okay.
Nemene Moon was not included with the Alchemist driver, and that was, like, annoying. Alright, let's do some Figuarts where things are going to get more annoying.
Did you get Magic stuff yet, or is that not out yet?
It's out, I just haven't gotten it yet. I was going to get it, and I was gung-ho to get it, and then Hasbro decided to flood me. I was, like, about to buy an Alchemist driver, and then Hasbro dates started moving, and I was like, Alright. Let's get through the Figuarts news. We're going to do quick stuff again. This is just a catch-up. Next week we'll go back more in depth. We talked a lot about Disney. All right. SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Nago Beat Fever Form. In case you want that, that exists. $85. P Bandai exclusive, of course. This says the.
I kind of hate it as a separate figure. This should just be an accessory pack.
They should have just done a leg pack of 3. You know.
Yeah.
Especially for $85.
Exactly. Monkey D. Luffy is getting a Rubber expansion set for Gum Gum Whip, Gum Gum Bullet, and Gum Gum Gatling.
This is genius.
Yes.
This is the best way how to do Luffy's because Luffy's one of those characters that's really hard to do accessories for to pack in with the figure. So I think making an accessory pack is great. I love the Gatling effect. I think the Gatling is one of my favorite effects.
I'm totally picking this up. SH Figuarts Shikocho Seiho Combinator Gaim Arms Change Set Pine Arms and Ichigo Arms is for some reason $90, and it's only 2 armor packs. It does not come with any figure bodies. This is all it comes with: is armor parts, and face things for Baron and Gaim.
I can buy like 10. I could buy like 50 strawberries and pineapples cheaper than that.
All right, the Tamashii Nation 2024 event exclusives. Kamen Rider Geats Boost Mark III, which existed for 1 scene. That's a perfect event exclusive. Seiho Fai's Axel is not. What the hell?
I mean, the next one's also what?
The next one is Ultraman Blazar Frydran armor is exclusive to an event.
Why is this one exclusive?
I mean, I guess this is what happens when this is what we get for Earthgaren being retail. There had to be some weird trade-off.
This is his final form, quote unquote. So, like, why is this exclusive event?
That's the most ridiculous thing I've seen since D and Seiho being exclusive to an event. Okay, let's get some Hasbro news. It's real quick. It's not much. I mean, I don't know. It's not much. I'm just gonna keep going with it's not much.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do.
Let's effing go.
Let's flarkin' go. We need to bring back Rocket Raccoon speak, guys. I just really got to tell you.
We just speak like Batman Beyond Futures.
We can also do 2099. Like let's shock and go.
Shocking.
I love that. Like shocking is like the 2099's universe for the F word. And like,
which is funny when Miguel ever meets Shocker.
I know, but I was gonna say it's funny too because the first thing Miguel like says to the teenager in Across the Spider-Verse is something shocking, and I'm like, Miguel, stop cursing in front of the teenager.
Language.
He's like, you have your shocking messed up plan. And I was like, dude, she's like 16. God, control yourself. I love Disaster Spider-Man, aka Miguel O'Hara. AKA Best Spider-Man. All right. I just loaded up all the toy news, pretty much. Let's just go. We're gonna get this done. I want to talk about these DC books. Okay. So, Hasbro news. There was this article that came out from Retail Brew saying Hasbro is streamlining its supply chain amid slumping physical toy sales. Yeah, no crap. Like, the supply chain sucks. Fix it. Let's see if this materializes.
It sucks for years now.
Yep. Speaking of flarking things, Cobra Commander Once a Man was a disaster, and I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, can you recap it? It was such a mess of how this was.
They said the exclusives were going up on Monday, August 5th.
Did you get Death's Head?
I did get Death's Head. He actually showed up. He's amazing. I got Death's Head.
Wait. Wow, you already have it?
I already have it. He was in stock.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, so fast. I was like, how did I already get Death's Head? Cobra Commander went up at Comic-Con. On day 1, he had a limit of 1 per person. On the last day of Comic-Con, you could buy as many as you want. Okay. What? Apparently they had plenty.
Okay.
On 8/5, they had a limit of 5 per person in stock, sold out in 3 minutes. I couldn't get it because the cart glitched because the new website sucks.
I hate the modern Hasbro posts.
Guys, I can't even change my payment methods on orders right now. That's how
Did you also have the phone number problem?
Yep, had the phone number problem. All right, the next day, on 8/6, they said it would go up at 11 a.m. Eastern for pre-order. It went up at 10 a.m. Eastern, sold out in 2 minutes because it was still a limit of 5 per person. Then on 8/7, it was still a limit of 5 per person, and it just kept popping in and out of stock all day. In and out, in and out, in and out. And I kept going through cart glitches, and I finally got one. But boy, for everyone that says they hate G.I. Joe the movie, this sure was the hardest figure to get.
My favorite, I forget who posted, but I love the term, once in stock!
Exactly. Complete disaster. Darth Maul on the speeder was a limit of 3. Why was this a limit of 5 when they had apparently the least of these than anything else? And like I said, I had Death's Head and Cobra Commander in the cart. And then the best part is it told me one of your items is sold out, and I couldn't figure out which one it was. I had to exit the cart and find out it was Cobra Commander, then I ordered my death set.
I think Hasbro
Ridiculous.
underestimated how popular Classified is, honestly.
Yeah, they have.
Still.
Bonkers. Anyways, moving on.
Marvel
Legends.
Here's the thing, how many of those people were scalpers also?
Probably a lot, because they put a limit of 5. Ridiculous. Why would you put a limit of 5 on an item that limited? Whatever. They announced and put up for pre-order a Green Goblin helmet from Spider-Man No Way Home. So it can talk to you and tell you to make poor decisions.
By the way, shouts to the Stock Widow Man for all these Green Goblin photo shoots. He's into the role for these stock photos.
The costume. Also, shout out to Wardrobe for dressing him in green and purple.
Yeah, like I don't think you have the photo, but I love the front-facing one where he's like holding the mask in front of him. He's got this like devious smile. This Stock Widow Man was having fun.
Yeah. And in case you want a pumpkin bomb, the pumpkin bomb also lights up and cackles. And I ordered a pumpkin bomb. I ordered a pumpkin bomb.
So you too can skeletonize people.
Yeah. All right. There was a new Across the Spider-Verse wave announced. I figured we just broad overview this. It's pretty. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just kind of. Second wave.
Very much a bonus wave.
We get Spider-Punk in purple. He does come with a standard colored head, so if you want to put that in the first
DLC head.
Yeah.
Please release the original colors.
Here's Gwen in colors matching her universe, and for some reason she comes with Lila.
Budget. I get the idea for both Hobby and Gwen. I just don't think I think they actually needed shelf shading to really capture their art styles better. Especially Hobby.
Miles G. Morales from the end of the movie. I definitely got him because he looks great.
I don't remember them calling him that. I guess that's a toy.
It was a thing in the art book that they just like they delineate Peter B. Parker, they delineate Miles G. Morales.
Okay.
So pretty cool. Dead Chris Pine Peter Parker's got a figure.
Well, it's finally nice to get this full suit because the previous ones have been either the trench coat look or the one with slip pants. So it's finally nice to have a normal Spider-Man Spider-Verse design. So he has no painted web lines. Speaking of which,
Miles Morales in his Into the Spider-Verse look also is getting a brand new figure, which is great. And then Pavta Pravapka, Spider-Man India, is getting a figure, which is good because I don't need to buy the figure art now.
Or the figure art, yep.
And then there's Michael.
What? Why?
Stop whitewashing this version of Miguel O'Hara. My God, I went through this with Bandai, and I tweet. I don't like to roll up into Dan Yoon's mentions on Twitter, but I tweeted him. I was like, I hope that Miguel's skin color will be correct on the final release.
Why are you white?
you said this before, but again, they went too much O'Hara, not enough Miguel.
What's funny too is for the first time in a Hasbro gallery, they put a comparison photo with the previous release. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen them do their own comparison in the product gallery. But he is a darker blue. They retooled the shoulders because they got rid of the cape, and he now has the unmasked head, and he has the Spider Society bracelet. Which, you know what would have been a great thing for Gwen to come with?
One size for her.
Exactly, yeah. But they did retool
the figure art. The figure art was also bad, but oh no, this one's like super pale, pasty white. Getting worse.
That being said, I did pre-order it because I'm an addict, but
I'm looking at the original promo fix of the Miguel. Like, it's white, definitely, but it's definitely a little more color.
Yeah.
Versus Mr. Pale, Mr. Pasty White over here.
Exactly.
I'm really, he's really hoping he's not that color scheme when the figure comes out.
I really hope it's better on the final. Or I will be complaining about it, as you guys know. All right, Star Wars. Not much here, but we just got a couple reveals. That Darth Maul, that's part of that 3-pack. That's part of the Sith Speeder set. It is getting a single release. Not too surprising. Just a thing. K2SO, as seen in the Andor trailer that was only shown to an audience and people who found the leaked video on Twitter, is getting re-released in Andor packaging. And also in Vintage Collection Andor packaging. All right. Transformers 1, Takara's getting this Optimus Prime that's like a leader class thing.
They always do this. They did it. They did it with RID-15. They did one for Rise of the movies, like Rise of the Beast and such. So I'm not surprised they're doing another one.
He's got a removable faceplate thing going on, which is cool. He's like 12 inches tall. He's huge. But that's
he's dad size. He could carry his deluxe son.
Takara said, "Were you disappointed by Hasbro's Lyo Convoy?" Well, guess what? We fixed it, and now I'm kind of mad that I have the first one.
Yeah, he has.
Oh wow!
Well, I kind of dubbed this. I dubbed this more Generations Lyo Convoy, anime accurate Lyo Convoys. Or I guess Studio Series Lyo Convoys the better accurate.
Hopefully they import this one on Pulse, so I don't have to like fight to get it because I want.
Yeah, because honestly, I might get this. I mean, I love the character.
It looks so much better.
It just looks
too.
nice.
Like it's nice getting an anime accurate one. And for me, I'm like, oh yay, 2 cakes. All right.
Yeah.
We have Earthspark Deluxe promo images for Aftermath and Jawbreaker. Whether or not these will actually release is yet to be seen. But hey, there's promo.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna come
Anybody
out
else's Target clearancing out Earthspark? Mine is.
Well, because the problem is you have the one stuff. They're pretty much moving the one stuff out of the stuff to one.
All right, Jakks Pacific news. Mike Cisneros.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Now I remember. Because I was like, wait, what Jakks Pacific news? Oh, this.
Mike Cisneros, who works with the Jakks line, does stuff in the Jakks line, says that Wave and Storm are not currently planned in the line, but that there's always a chance that they will finish the collection.
I find it weird that
I find it weird anytime a toy company outright says no.
Well, because I find it weird that it's like it's less no, but they weren't in the initial plans. Like I don't think
like he says, always a chance. Currently, they are not in any planned lines. I'm with you though. Got to complete the collection.
Yeah, I find it weird because that Sega prioritized characters like Infinite, Neo Metal, Chaos, and Mephiles. You know, characters that only appear in one game.
But
over the rest of the Batman
If we weren't going to get Storm and Wave, like why did we get Jet?
Yeah, I apparently the Jet Wave was kind of a nightmare trying to get at retail. I think it never came out in the UK. Apparently, from what I hear from collectors.
Speaking of fixing supply chains, Jakks Pacific should get on that fixing supply chain thing.
I know, right? Trying to find Neo Metal is a nightmare for me.
Yep, I still don't have. I don't still have Mephiles.
Mephiles, yeah. I ordered Metal Slug 3.0. I guess Amazon canceled my order.
Amazon has kept my order, but not like they're shipping it.
Yeah, which is weird because I saw a bunch of Heavy Kings at retail, but never Metal Slug 3.0. That's weird. But no, this is the case. That's the case of they're coming eventually, but not right now.
The Master of the Universe Snake Layer playset, which people were kind of off-put by the $300 price, Mattel put out a survey and then ultimately decided that they've delayed the Snake Layer crowdfund and will come back later for future details.
Honestly, that's kind of
it's unusual.
Cool move. I mean, it's honestly kind of nice. They feel like they're taking the feedback.
Yeah.
I know there was a lot of negative feedback because I find
Pixel Dan did a really great video about it that I recommend checking out. He pulled his viewership, and I think that he said this very thing. He's like, I think we're starting to reach the edge of the line for these gigantic multi-$100 items. I think people are just
and that's not just for. I mean, this also goes into Rattler. Why isn't like fully funded yet? I think it's less of nobody. Like I think there's some people that want. I think it's a really cool toy. I don't have space for it.
I think people are like, we don't want something this big and this expensive that we don't have a nostalgic attachment to, right? Like if you're gonna go this big and this expensive, it needs to be something that we had, not a concept. I do say, they said in the survey, would you buy it if it was $300? And I think the response they got back was no.
I think 100 is a good price for this thing, to be honest.
I think even if they have to shrink it down a bit.
Yeah. Because I think the overall as a toy, it's honestly the best of the playsets.
It looks amazing as a toy. I think it's just the price and the size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last toy news is McFarlane Toys, and then we're going to run through the DC stuff like quick because
nice tradition. McFarlane DC to DC.
Yeah. The DC stuff isn't, or the McFarlane stuff isn't much, so this will be pretty quick. I will say I'm glad to see Mattel listening to feedback. So that's something I wish Hasbro would do.
Speaking of McFarlane, shut up. I actually got their Bleach Ichigo figure.
Oh, how is it with his cloth pants?
It's actually really fantastic. Like the quality of the fabric clothes is fantastic. It's like some really high quality stuff, and it's like one of the most posable McFarlane stuff I got it because I jokingly call it. They didn't need to worry about anatomy because it's all hidden by the clothes. Because you take out the clothes, it's not normal looking at all. But since they didn't have to worry about it because it's being hidden by the clothes, it has like an actually fantastic crunch for McFarlane standards.
That's good.
Standard. It's a really high quality figure. Honestly, it's really great.
All right, McFarlane Toys. They did announce a gold label release of Batman Beyond. No word as to where, just coming soon. This is the DC Direct mold brought back around.
Which I'm glad they're bringing that back.
Yep. The Batman Forever Batmobile and Alfred is going to go up for let's get the details on this. Goes up for pre-order August 15th at select retailers. It's not a McFarlane Toys store exclusive like the Tumblr was, thank goodness. Features lights and sound. They're going all out for this one.
So probably just, I mean, it's probably just gonna be, but it'd be great if there was like Michael Goff sound effects in it.
That would be cool. I'm definitely getting this. It's my favorite Batmobile. I do think it's weird that they chose to go with the green lighting as opposed to the blue lighting, because
I mean, it's Batman. It's Batman Forever.
It's Batman Forever.
You know?
The green is synonymous. The thing is, I went and watched the movie again. I was on my birthday. I was like, what am I going to watch? I'm going to watch Batman Forever because this car's coming up, and I'm excited. I love this Batmobile design so much. It is green in the movie in like 3 scenes, but the rest of the time it's blue. It's just I wonder if
I mean, it could have a toggle. Who knows?
It could have a toggle. We don't know yet. I'm excited for it. There is a glow in the dark version that's going to be exclusive to Amazon, where instead of lights, it will glow. Neat. They get 2 mold. They get 2 uses out of every car mold. They figured it out. So
good old $80 Michael Goff Alfred with a free Batmobile accessory.
Yep. Nice part is you'll be able to order them on like.
I mean, there is probably a chance that, like Lucius, there might be a platinum chase.
Yeah.
Alfred out there eventually.
No Alfred with the glow in the dark. That's correct, Muteki. Here's our collector edition Huntress. Looks great, cloth cape and everything. She is listed as coming with 3 swappable faces, not heads, but faces. Fabric cape, 4 extra hands, and a crossbow.
I'm not surprised because McFarlane been experimenting with the Demon Slit, their Demon Slayer line. So I'm not surprised they're also trying to do the face swap.
I will definitely pick up Helena. I love her.
Mm-hmm. She looks great. She looks great. Also, again, more women. Look.
Yay. The Green Lantern figure that can either be what is it? It's Tomar Ray and Abin Sur with a head swap.
So did they clarify how this is gonna work? Exactly?
They haven't clarified what happened to those other 2 heads that they showed at Comic-Con, but this is a weird-ass looking Abin Sur, I gotta tell you. It doesn't look like Abin Sur.
It's probably gonna be the case where once a platinum chase, it will come with the other. Because there was 4 heads.
Yeah, I think the platinum chase is gonna be the other 2 heads.
Yeah.
But hey, more Green Lanterns is good.
Well, no, I think Tomar Ray is his own figure.
They said here on this, it said it includes both Tomar Ray and Abin Sur head portraits.
Oh, okay. So the other one would be okay.
Yeah.
Is this the same body as the collector's? Is the digital Hal Jordan or no?
Yes, I believe it is.
Okay, good. Because it's a problem with the Green Lantern McFarlane's do, where they're super inconsistent from each other.
Then we have Dark Knight Returns Batman with battle damage, and he's going to include multiple heads, 4 extra hands, batarang, and a lamppost. He's stacked.
Man, wow, that got lamppost. All I guess gets flashback to the DC Direct Dark Knight Returns figures.
It doesn't look like he's a new mold though, so they're going to give him accessories to make up for it. All the scratches and scars.
Honestly, I like the paint. I like the glittering on him over the original figure.
That's right, Master Ben. It was Green Man and Arcus Chummock that were the other 2 heads. That does it for the toy news. We made it.
Is the blue suit ever appear in Dark Knight Returns? Yes. Or is that like a toy only? Okay.
Yes, it did. He started. I think Did he start in the blue and then go to the black, or did he?
Yes, I think it's blue.
Or he started.
First
No, I think he started in black and then he went to blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that. I gotta blow my nose again, guys. I hate this. It's allergy season. It sucks. We're gonna go through Marvel Epic Collections next for anyone keeping track. If you're toy people and you're dipping, I understand. We're gonna be talking about comic books for like the next 30-ish minutes. Just because it's gonna take a minute to get through all this. Okay, so let me blow my nose. You guys talk
about.
So how's your King of Tuesdays? Okay.
Well, last week we didn't do anything, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good because Garo, City of the Wolves, got a lot of trailers.
I know, yeah, because if I go backtracking into the other characters that didn't do like proper trailers of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Falcon Sec said still live. Oh my, yeah, we're trying to catch up on 2 weeks worth of news, and there's a ton of comic stuff. Okay. Marvel Epic Collections. Format I just talked about in the video. I'm not going to answer the question of what a Marvel Epic Collection is. You can find out by watching videos. See you later, Zeltrex. Okay, so Marvel Epic Collections, for those that aren't aware, are actually announced in advance of their catalog listings by Epic Marvel Podcast Curtis and Near Mint Conditions Omar. They did it was like a 2.5 hour live stream, I think, going over all these releases. I'm going to link that because credit to them. They get the information straight from Marvel. So go check that out if you want really in-depth detail about what's collected, what's not collected, what's missing, yada, yada, yada. We're not going to do that. We're just going to kind of go through the solicits and look at what's here. So they get the info first, and I want to shout that out. I'm not trying to like leech off of their info or anything, but it's publicly out there, and Curtis made these nice Twitter threads for each month. So these are all the Epic collections for February 2025. We've got Amazing Spider-Man Epic 11, 9 Lives Has the Black Cat. By the way, Kaus and Ryan, just chime in with questions. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rolling through.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I got you.
Young Avengers Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 1, Not What You Think. I'm actually excited for this because I haven't read Young Avengers, but all my favorites are in it.
I love Young Avengers. It's some of my favorite Marvel stuff. It's one of my favorite books that came out during the Civil War era. So I'm really happy they're getting them out.
It's nice to get it in Epic and not in just Omnibus. Daredevil Modern Epic Collection Volume 4, King of Hell's Kitchen. I'm in for that because I'm doing the Daredevil Modern Epics because they actually collect everything unlike the omnibuses.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite title. That's my favorite title. Marvel cover to be revealed.
Yeah. What were you saying, Kaus?
Especially with some Daredevil stuff coming out, you want all that.
Yeah, I want in all the modern Daredevil. New Mutants Epic Collection Volume 4, Fallen Angels. Guardians of the Galaxy Epic Collection Volume 2, Quest for the Shield. Finally, this was announced a while ago, and it's finally up. This is the second volume of the classic Guardians team. This will be the rest of their scattered appearances across Avengers, and the first 6 issues of their 1990s series, which has never been collected before. Let's go!
Oh, that's nice. That's great.
Super
God, speaking of New Mutants, God, me and my friend just finished watching the X-Men movies. Why is New Mutants so racist?
That movie is so racist. It's not even the colorblind casting. It's the worst part, and that's sad.
I know, right? It was like I was watching it. I was like Godsmack, like, oh my God, why?
Oh, yeah. Captain America Epic Collection 17, The Superior Stratagem. All right, next up in March, we got Fantastic Four Epic Collection Volume 11, For No More. You know I'm picking that up. You know me and my Fantastic Four.
What's the one you're missing again?
For which one am I missing for Fantastic Four?
Because then
I'm missing a few of them.
Yeah.
I'm missing like 5. The Silver Surfer is the only. I'm only missing the first Silver Surfer one, and I'll have all of them. All right, Ultimate Spider-Man Epic Collection Volume 1, Learning Curve. I need to read this series again because I haven't read this since I was a kid, but I'm kind of tempted to be collecting Ultimate Spider-Man.
Kind of cool. They're doing the Ultimates in Epic.
Yeah, you know what's fun though? It's not Ultimate Spider-Man Modern Epic Collection because 2000 isn't modern anymore.
Man,
I'm so old.
Golly.
Oh, hit me like when they announced it. It hit me like a truck. It hit Omar and Curtis like trucks. Like they were just like, "Oh my God, it's not a modern epic." Wolverine Epic Collection Volume 15, Law of the Jungle. I'm still undecided if I'm collecting Wolverine epics, but I get closer.
I mean, wasn't New X-Men? Was it New X? Well, which
New X-Men is a modern era epic, and that's 2001.
That's modern.
Yeah.
Wait, that's weird.
I know, it's so weird. Miles Morales Spider-Man Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 1, Hero in Training. This is the Ultimate Comics Spider-Man series from 2011. So this is not like this is the later stuff.
So it's Bendis. Oh boy.
Yeah. This is Ultimate Comics Spider-Man 2011 1-12 and Spider-Man 2012 1-5. But it's nice to see Miles get some efforts.
Yeah, it's nice to get him. Too bad it's Bendis writing him.
Yeah, but it is that like around Marvel Now-ish era as opposed to the earlier. It's not the earlier Miles stuff, but it's like some of the later stuff. But I don't think.
Okay.
Not free. I don't know for Freya Bendis yet. I don't know my Miles history. And then Astonishing X-Men Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 2, Unstoppable, which is it's the exact same contents as Astonishing X-Men by Josh Whedon Volume 2. It's just now reprinted in the Epic label.
I need to get the first volume. Astonishing.
I have the first Astonishing X-Men by Josh Whedon volume. That's the same exact contents as the first Epic, but I want the Epic spine, but I can't justify spending Epic money on just a spine.
Trade. I mean, you guys could trade in your original trade.
I might do that now that this one's coming out, but I am curious to see what Volume 3 is going to be, because that will be a different type of collection than what we had before.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the big news for the April Epics is the ROM Original Marvel Years Volume 1.
Oh, thank you. I can't afford the Omnibus. I did want to get the Omnibus, but I'm so happy they're doing Epics.
And they're doing 20 issues. This series ran for 76 issues, so they should be able to knock this out in 4 Epics.
This is good. Oh, that's fantastic.
And it's great, too, because there's stuff... I'm reading the second ROM Omnibus. Rogue being a good guy is because she absorbed Rom's sense of good. That's what changed her from a villain to a hero.
Rom is so important to the Marvel history that people don't realize.
But this also breaks the rumor that this was a 1-year license deal.
I doubt it because, what do you think? The Marvel is coming next year, probably. So, makes sense.
All right, next up, Ultimate X-Men Epic Collection Volume 1, The Tomorrow People. I don't like Ultimate X-Men.
I do not like it. No, like original Ultimate X-Men. It's so icky.
Defenders Epic Collection Volume 3, World Gone Sane. I really should read Defenders because it's got characters I like, but I don't want to get
I surprised you never got into Defenders. Yeah, both the modern Defenders and the classic Defenders.
Yeah. Oh, this made me so happy. First, it made me annoyed because I love when we do epics in order. They're jumping from Ghost Rider Danny Ketch Epic 1 to Epic 6. But this confirms they are not going to be skipping over the Midnight Suns crossovers because they had a bunch of horror comics in the 90s and they all would cross over. Siege of Darkness is Danny Ketch Epic 6, but it only contains 2 issues of Danny Ketch's Ghost Rider series because it also contains 2 issues of Spirits of Vengeance, Night Stalkers, and Marvel Comics Presents Darkhold and Morbius and Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme and a Midnight Suns Unlimited. They are collecting the Midnight Suns events as part of the Ghost Rider Epics, the way they collect the X-Men events as part of the X-Men Epics, and I love it. This is how you should do it.
That's great.
And I was worried that they might have been dropping the Danny Ketch Epics for the new Omnibus, but now this is confirming that they're doing all of it in Epic, and it is all of it. Plus, the Blade Epic collection starts with Night Stalkers, so we're getting this era put together. I'm very excited.
Seeing they're doing the ROM, since they have the ROM, I doubt if one gets Omnibus, I mean, automatically they are not getting a Epic.
Yes.
I'm glad
that like Danny Ketch can get an Omnibus this September, and then next April we can get another Epic. Like they're not exclusively doing one format or the other; they're bouncing back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite thing about Marvel right now is they're not locking us to one format for certain things.
So when's Robbie's Epic?
I kind of want them to wait till that Robbie Reyes one shot comes out and then do a
because that Dick trade of the complete Robbie collection has been out of print for years now, and I regret not getting it when I saw it at that comic store.
All right, Amazing Spider-Man Modern Era Epic Collection coming home. Collecting Amazing Spider-Man 1998, 30 to 45. I'm not a Spider-Man. I'm not enough of a webhead to know where this is.
About to say Modern Era, 1998. Wait, what?
Well, it's issue 30, so that would have been like 2001. What it is that there's a breakpoint in every character that will split them between classic and modern.
Is this J. Michael Brzezinski?
This might be J. Michael Brzezinski.
I like Galactics. I remember loving his run of Spider-Man.
I've read samples of it and it was pretty good. Black Widow Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 1. This is starting in 1999. Again, the modern label is just like what to delineate from. I think with Ultimate Spider-Man, it's like Ultimate Spider-Man Classic is everything until Miles, and then Miles will be modern. Kind of makes that makes sense to me. X-Men Epic Collection Volume 19 Mutant Genesis is getting a reprint. Thank you. This is the start of the Jim Lee stuff. This is your X-Men #1 that was the most best-selling comic for the longest time.
I really want to get the X-Men Epics, but my God, there's just a lot.
There is a lot. That's why I stick just to that. I'm just sticking to the Claremont and then some of the Lobdell. I'm trying not to do all of it, but
I might do that because I want to really get into X-Men comics.
You should pick up Second Genesis. It'll get you into Epic X-Men comics, I guarantee. All right, and then Amazing Spider-Man Epic 18 Venom is getting reprinted as well.
This is all the Wax Suit era stuff, I'm assuming?
It's the start of it, yeah.
Okay.
All right, for May, we're only in May. Avengers Epic Collection 12 Court Martial. We got Ultimates Epic Collection Volume 1 Superhuman. This is the original Ultimates, the one I hate.
Not the good. Go get Ultimates Dennis K Ultimate Street comes out this week, people.
I'm so excited. Thunderbolts Epic Collection Volume 3 targeted for death. I believe this goes beyond what the Thunderbolts old classic paperbacks did, so that's good.
Nice.
New Avengers Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 3, The Initiative, which is the old Initiative stuff from Civil War. Miles Morales Spider-Man Modern Era Epic Volume 2, Revivals and Revelations. So they're rolling out the Miles Modern Epics quick. Because the first one's in, like, what, February? And then this next one's in May. Deadpool Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 5 and Wade We Trust. I believe this is the Jerry Duggan run. I think. Something like that. And then Fantastic Four Epic Collection Volume 18, The More Things Change, getting a new printing in May. Thank you very much.
When's the modern era for Fantastic Four?
I think because Fantastic Four is part of Heroes Reborn when Onslaught killed everybody and they started over. Either Heroes Reborn will be the last in the Fantastic Four classic epics, or it'll be the first of the modern, depending on how they do that. They haven't touched any Heroes Reborn yet. That'll be an interesting time.
I'm still waiting for the. I keep forgetting the writer's name, but it was the 2000s. It was the late 90s Avengers run, the one with Justice and Firestar, part of the Avengers team. My friend showed me that run. I love that run.
I think that was Heroes Reborn era or Heroes Return. Yeah, I think
it's one of those two. I really like. That's some of my favorite Avengers stuff. I want to get that when that gets epic.
So, DC Finest must have scared Marvel because DC Finest is doing events. Marvel is finally doing an epic collection for an event.
I think Marvel's scared. I think Marvel's got scared of DC because DC went wild as we were soon going to get.
Yep. Annihilation Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 1 Annihilation Day is the thick trade Volume 1 Annihilation, but now in trade dressing for Epic Collection. I'm not rebuying Annihilation. I got the previous trades, but this is great because Annihilation is amazing. If you've never read Annihilation, please read Annihilation.
Isn't Annihilation important to the modern Guardians?
The modern Guardians spun out of Annihilation Conquest.
So, yeah, so I probably would.
Annihilation brought all the Marvel Cosmic stuff under one banner after years of it all being dispersed and disparate. It's amazing. I love it. I love Conquest more than Annihilation, but both together are just an epic thing. I hope they do War of Kings, because I never bought War of Kings. I don't have the trays for War of Kings. I don't want to buy the Omnibus for War of Kings. Now I'm going to wait and see if I can get an epic collection for War of Kings. That was what was after Annihilation Conquest. It's not Guardians related as much, but anyways. Ultimate Fantastic Four Epic Collection Volume 1, The Fantastic. That book's aged like milk sometimes, but I actually kind of like most of it.
I mean, hey, we got the maker from it, so...
I've read all of Ultimate Fantastic Four. I've not done that with any of the other classic.
It's too bad it has too much Greg Land art.
Yeah.
Oh, Greg.
God. Greg Land art and Warren Ellis writing. Not a great combo.
Greg, what are you referencing, Land?
Silver Surfer Epic Collection Volume 12, Into the Outer Void, filling another gap in the Silver Surfer. They're kind of doing like one earlier, one later, and now we're getting them. We used to get one Silver Surfer a year. Now we got two back-to-back pretty much, because there's one in December, one in June. That's good news for me. Iron Man Epic Collection Volume 7, 10 Rings to Rule the World. And New X-Men Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 2, New Worlds. There should be one more New X-Men Modern Era to be done with the Grant Morrison era. So, the question is, will the third New X-Men Modern Era Epic contain the 2 Chuck Austin issues, or are they going to avoid those like the plague that they are?
Can you explain?
Chuck Austin is the run where Nightcrawler becomes a pope and Angel has sex in the sky. Yeah, all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that came from that. Okay.
Chuck Austin. Coming in July, Micronauts Epic Collection Original Marvel Heroes Volume 1 that came from Inner Space, so Micronauts is also getting the epic treatment. I'm curious to see if Godzilla will, because Godzilla could be one epic.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. But Micronauts is coming, which is great. Thor Epic Collection 25, Dark Gods. Deadpool Epic Collection Volume 7, Agent X, which also contains Deadpool 65 to 69. That is the Gail Simone run. That is my favorite Deadpool comic.
I might get that then.
I recommend that one. It's weird because basically, minor spoilers, Deadpool gets killed off in issue 69, and then it switches its character named Agent X. It's bizarre, but I love Gail Simone's Deadpool. This is it, all of it in one, I believe. So
that does remind you. Should get Kelly Thompson's Deadpool also the same. Also,
yeah.
I was thinking.
Captain America Epic Collection Volume 7, The Swine. Star Wars Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 2, Yoda's Secret War, because now that they've done all the classic Star Wars now they're doing the modern Marvel stuff. Iron Man Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 5, The New Iron Age. And Daredevil.
I guess that means they also they're still keeping some Star Wars licenses. Since I know Dark Horse is doing. I guess it's one of those
Dark Horse
is
just doing
all
spin-off
new stuff.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do all the new stuff.
Yeah, and then the last Epic announced was Daredevil Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 6, The Devil in C Block. Annoyed they skipped over 5 for some reason, because I was reading these in order. But that's what Marvel Limited
Spider-Verse Kingpin, what are you doing there?
I know, right? It's so huge. There were Omnibus announcements. There's no nice tweet thread for the Omnibus announcements. I'm going to link this video. Omar and his friends on Near Mint Condition, he got to announce all these omnibuses. There's a lot of cool Marvel omnibuses. Go check that out. I'm not going to poach his video.
Any ones you're looking forward to? They announced there.
The only two, so he's done all of January to July 2025. There's two I want. And it's Avengers Forever by Jason Aaron, because my God, that stupid freaking run of Jason Aaron's Avengers is almost done. That omnibus is going to finish it, and let's get this over with. And then Doom 2099. Doom 2099 is getting an omnibus. Nice. And it comes with Fantastic Four 2099.
Oh, nice.
I'm so excited. That means we just need Ravage 2099, Punisher 2099, and a bunch of like side material. So like 2 to 3 more Omnis, we could have the entire 2099 original universe done.
I kind of hope to make epics for Spider-Man 2099.
I think with those, they're going to wait till they're done with the Omnis, and then they'll come back around and do epics with them. Because
I might get Omnis or those, but like that depends on the budget scenario for that.
They're huge books too. They're massive.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to DC.
Oh man, we're talking about the attack on the wall. It's DC. Yeah. DC woke up one day and go like, we haven't been doing like any announcements for comic stuff in a while. Let's go announce a shit ton.
Exactly. DC was like, we do make comics. So we got our second wave of DC Finest. No contents on these yet, but we got Suicide Squad Trial by Fire, which looks to be the first volume of the John Ostrander run, which is
this is like the good run. I hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
John Ostrander is the most universally loved Suicide Squad run. It was the first one too. Peacemaker, Kill for Peace. So in case you like Peacemaker from the DC movie universe, and you can go read a completely different character.
That's not John Cena.
Yep. DC Finest, Superman Family, The Giant Turtle Man, which looks like a Silver Age Superman Family collection, which is pretty fun. Harley Quinn.
My image Superman.
Yes.
Please, my image Superman. That Turtle Man, Jimmy.
I know.
Please.
Harley Quinn, Birth of the Mirth, looks like it's got some of her early comic appearances leading into her main universe stuff.
I imagine it's gonna be like the original Mad Love comic.
I mean, that is a cover for Mad Love, so.
Yeah, so it's gonna be that plus some a lot of the early Harley stuff. Oh yes, I love the Doom Patrol cover.
The Doom Patrol, World's Strangest Heroes, and it's just Robot Man being like rolled out and riveted.
It can't be Doom Patrol without them being murdered.
Right. And then Teen Titans: The Judas Contract. Yay!
I understand why.
You know what that one is.
I understand why they're just the
first
one.
Like we saw with Batman Year 1 and Year 2, that doesn't mean it's only Judas Contract.
Yeah.
I imagine it's the start of the run to the end of Judas Contract, because these are usually about 600 pages. So,
but like, God, it's one of those things where I wish the main, like the biggest story of the front didn't have the most ickiest thing ever.
Yep. And then Plastic Man, the origin of Plastic Man.
I can't. I was super happy seeing that. I love Plastic Man.
I am loving DC Finest just going, you know what? Dartboard this shit. Just make everybody.
Oh God, I love seeing Plastic Man. We need more plastic.
It's that original Jack Cole Plastic Man too. It's like
I have some mixed feelings on Absolute Power right now, but I'm super happy. Mark Waid was like, we must include Plastic Man in issue 2 as a main figure in it.
Exactly. All right, now the Edelweiss catalog, which I think is a German publisher that also has a U.S. side. The Edelweiss catalog is how we get the first details on DC collected editions, and we're going to go through all 168, and it's going to be quick, okay, guys? We're not going to sit here and go through every single title. Again, same thing like last time. You tell me if there's anything you want to elaborate on. Absolute Batman 0 Year. Absolute Power will be getting a hardcover. Absolute Power Origins will be a paperback. Absolute Power Task Force 7 will be a paperback.
God, I'm really curious how they're going to do Absolute Power, because I think the main book's fine, but I'm not liking how... If you want certain details of the event, you better hope you're reading this other tie-in material because I know we moved past the read tie-in material to know what's going on.
I think the problem is because Mark Waid's writing all of it.
Yeah, also to help it. Why is the main book 4 issues? I feel like that's not enough. Honestly.
No. Anyways, I feel like if you're going to collect Absolute Power, you might want to just wait to see if they do an omnibus.
Yeah, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
Batman 89 is getting another paperback printing. Batman and Robin by Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason, book 2. It's the next chunk of the omnibus. I think they chunked out that omnibus into 3 trades, basically, and this is the second one. Batman Off-World by Jason Aaron, Doug Mankey, getting a paperback. Icon vs. Hardware's paperback coming out later. Milestone Compendium 4. Milestone Compendium 4 is... I ran the mapping. The rest of original Milestone can fit in Compendium 5. So this is the next to last. I'm so excited. I love this stuff.
I still need to get these Milestone Compendiums.
I gotta tell you, people say the 90s, all comics in the 90s suck. They have never read Milestone. Milestone comics are amazing. I'm so excited to get this because a lot of this stuff all this has never been collected before. And we only need one more. They've been doing about one a year, so I imagine, this is February 2025. February 2026, we'll have the final one. Also, this is like $60 for 1,344 pages.
For, like, multiple comics.
Yes, because this isn't just, like, one book. This is Blood Syndicate Hardware,
universe.
Icon Static, Zombie, Shadow Cabinet, the Holocaust miniseries, and the Long Hot Summer event. And it's in reading order, so it's all lined up beautifully.
Oh, that's great.
Love these things. All right. Scout by Jason Aaron, Omnibus Volume 2. Batman and Robin Volume 2, paperback in February. Batman Volume 4 by Tom King getting a reprint. Batman Superman World's Finest Volume 5 coming out in paperback and hardcover the same day. Far Sector, the Deluxe Edition. I just said I would buy this comic in any format, and DC's like, oh, fine, okay, give us $50 for a hardcover. And I'm like, okay, let's go.
I imagine it's will include like a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff in it.
It does.
Also.
It also includes the Green Lantern 80th Anniversary 100-page Super Spectacular DC Pride and DC Power and DC Power 2024 stories featuring Joe. So it's going to contain every...
it's a nice collection of all of Joe's stories. Okay, that's nice.
All of her solo stories are now in this one book. So if you want, buy the compact edition for $10, and if you love the character, then go buy the hardcover because it'll be in deluxe oversized format with extra stuff. Super hype.
Yeah, this is the case where double dipping's fun. It's more easy to do double dip because one's so much cheaper than the other.
And if you don't want to keep your compact edition and just want to get the deluxe edition, go donate the compact to a library.
Excuse me.
Yep.
All right, Forever Evil's getting an omnibus. Shade the Changing Man is getting an omnibus.
I actually read Forever Evil. I had it on hardcover.
Yeah.
I need to read that. I need to read Forever Evil.
That was kind of a fun event. I like that one. That's going to contain all the tie-in issues. Shade the Changing Man by Peter Milligan and Chris Bacalo is getting an omnibus, Volume 1, which is amazing. That's a Vertigo's title. Superman Action Comics Volume 3, paperback. The Boy Wonder, Black Label title, hardcover. Batman Nightfall Omnibus Volume 2 is getting a reprint. I imagine they're going to reprint Volume 3. Brave and the Bold Volume 2, Book of Destiny. They had done a Volume 1 before. This was Mark Waid, George Perez, and Jerry Ordway. These are just reprints of earlier trades. The second one's coming out. Justice Society of America Volume 2 by Jeff Johns supposedly is coming out in February if he gets the stand book done.
For sure.
Prez by Mark Russell and Ben Caldwell, the Deluxe Edition. Red Hood, The Hill, trade paperback. Shazam Volume 2, trade paperback.
That was the recent Red Hood book,
Yeah,
right?
it's the recent Red Hood book that actually takes place at the end of his last Outlaw series.
How is that book?
It's pretty good. I actually think it's pretty good. This actually contains the last 2 issues of Red Hood and the Outlaw, plus the series. So
I might check it out then.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Shazam Volume 2, good lord,
Is
only
that
Volume 2 comes out in February?
Is that all of the Mark Waid run?
It should be, because Sophie Campbell took over issue 13. Sophie Campbell? Is it Sophie Campbell or Josie Campbell?
Josie Campbell.
Yeah. Wonder Woman Golden Age Omnibus Volume 6 is back on the catalog. Let's see if it actually comes out this time. Absolute Transmetropolitan Volume 3 is getting a reprint. I need to tell a friend about that, because he said Transmetropolitan is his favorite comic.
I know that. Yeah,
he's missing Volume 3 of the Absolute.
Yeah, Spider Jerusalem. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Batman by Neil Adams Omnibus New Edition. Please be the original colors. Oh, it's canceled currently. Maybe it will be the original colors. This has been a problem. Neil Adams recolored all of his art and it may look terrible. And I think he's been dead long enough that we can go back and fix it. Anyways, John Constantine, Hellblazer Dead in America by Cy Spurrier and Aaron Campbell. Hardcover in February. Justice League International Book 1 getting a reprint. I'm kind of hoping these paperbacks continue because I don't want to buy the omnibuses. I have the first 2 paperbacks.
Glad, because I love International. I need to get...
JMD Matemas, Keith Given, Kevin Maguire. Great stuff. Power Girl Volume 2, trade paperback. Flash by Grant Morrison and Mark Millar, Deluxe Edition. This fills in a gap that the Mark Waid omnibuses won't cover. Which I like this. This is something I wish Marvel would do. Like, there was no reason to put the... there was no reason to put the... Who wrote it? There was somebody did a miniseries between Charles Soule and Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil runs. Jed McKay. Jed McKay did a Daredevil miniseries. And it's not in the Charles Soule omnibus, because that's Charles Soule. And it's not in the Chip Zdarsky omnibus, because Chip Zdarsky... I wish they just do a deluxe hardcover of that 5-issue miniseries so they could just slip between the 2 omnis. DC's doing this with... What they did was that Grant Morrison and Mark Waid swapped places on Flash and JLA. So Grant Morrison went and wrote this on Flash, and Mark Waid went and wrote Tower of Babel.
Oh, I didn't know Mark Waid. Oh, man, that's why it's so good.
So this works because the Flash by Mark Waid omnibuses won't contain these issues, but there will be a deluxe edition you can put right next to them. Thank you, DC. All right, Penguin Volume 2, trade paperback. Titans Volume 2, trade paperback. Batman by James Tynion, Omnibus Volume 1. Confusingly has a cover for a book not listed in the contents, so that maybe in the future, but nice to see his work's getting omnibused. Batman by Volume 4 by Chip Zdarsky, hardcover and trade paperback, same day in March.
I need to catch up on my Chip Zdarsky Batman. I only had the first trade of his run.
This run is very interesting, because I wish it was as good as his Daredevil.
I still like it. I
like it, and just like, it's not as good as his Daredevil, though. But I'm still reading it. It's not as bad.
Well, that's the thing. It's not as good as Daredevil. It's still good. I still think he really wrote the character really great.
Batman TMNT Volume 1 reprint. Legion of Superheroes Great Darkness Saga Deluxe Edition reprint. I have the paperback. I think I need to buy it again to get the hardcover. It's like the most iconic Legion storyline that gets spoiled by the cover every time they do it.
I love how Jack Kirby Darkseid is in that cover.
I love that Darkseid's on the cover, considering he's in the last issue.
Oh man,
he's a spoiler reveal, and every reprint since has been like, it's the one with Darkseid. Anyways, I might get the hardcover because I only got the paperback last time. Superman Space Age getting a paperback. That's a fantastic book, by the way. Superman Space Age. Mark Russell and Mike and Laura Allred. Amazing. Nice House by the Sea Volume 1 paperback. Absolute Green Lantern Sinestro Corps War. New edition. Batman Detective Comics Volume 5 hardcover and paperback. Deadman Omnibus New Edition. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Thank you, DC. Near Mint Condition ran a poll for what everybody wanted to be reprinted, and they sent it to DC, and I hope this made it because this was on my list, and I'm so happy. Because ever since I got the Phantom Stranger Omni, I was like, I wish I had the Deadman Inspector ones now.
I mean, Deadman. I mean, I'm super glad because Deadman. I really like the character, but there's no book. There's no books in print.
I have a lot. I wish there was more Deadman. I have a lot of.
He's so cool.
Connection to him because he was my dad's first comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might get this maybe.
I just noticed Jeremy Carr's comments. This is an overwhelming amount of books. Yeah, I know. There's a 4-hour live stream Near Mint Condition did going over this catalog. That's why I'm being brief. Anyways, Gotham City Sirens, trade paperback. That's the newest series. Green Arrow Volume 3, paperback. Muteki, this is from January to July of next year. Green Arrow Archer's Quest Omnibus Volume 1. Oh, I'm so happy. This was the Kevin Smith, Brad Meltzer run, and those are two writers I don't always love, but I love their Green Arrow.
I heard nothing but good things about this one, and someone who really loves the character, love Ollie. I'm really looking forward,
especially because this had Phil Hester on art, and Phil Hester is my favorite Green Arrow artist. And it's getting an omnibus. This is Volume 1. I have the old trades, and I'm ready to dump those things because I'm like, yeah, let's omnibus, let's go. Very excited about that.
It's also one of the cheaper omnibuses, thankfully, just $100.
$100, 912 pages. It's a pretty good deal. My Adventure Superman trade comes out in March for those that didn't pick up the miniseries. Superman 78's paperback is coming out. This is the Metal Curtain, the second Superman 78. It got delayed a bit. All right, next page.
Next page.
Batman 89 Echoes. If it's finished, will come out in hardcover in March. Batman Catwoman is getting a paperback. That's the Tom King miniseries. Batman Beyond the White Knight is getting a deluxe edition. It's interesting. They skipped over the Harley series. They'll probably skip over the Generation Joker series, but they're doing deluxe editions. Sean Murphy's talked about how he wants to do more White Knight stuff, and if he does, they'll have enough to do an omnibus, and I think it'll be really cool. Dark Knights of Steel All Winter. That's the sequel to Dark Knights of Steel, hardcover. Dark Knights Metal Compendium. This is the Dark Knights Metal omnibus contents, but in a compendium paperback instead.
That's nice.
Neat idea. Doom Patrol the Silver Age omnibus getting a new printing, which is pretty nice. Zatanna Bring Down the House. I read the first issue of this. It's really good. That's getting a hardcover.
I said I had to skip out because of money, so I
would say just get the hardcover. I don't buy Black Label in single issue. I wait till the hardcovers.
Too expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just wait for the hardcovers to come out and I read them on DC Universe ahead of time. But
yeah, because I love Zatanna, so I felt bad. I felt
Mariko
bad.
Tamaki and Javier Rodriguez did amazing with that first issue, and so highly recommended. Absolute Promethea Book 1 New Edition. Batman Dark Age, also very good. Not a sequel to Superman Space Age, but in the same style as Superman Space Age. I'm looking forward to that hardcover. Batman Golden Age Omnibus Volume 2 New Edition. Harley Quinn Volume 3 Trade Paperback. Justice League New 52 Book 2, continuing the second paperback of Jeff Johns and Gary Frank's Justice League. Nightwing Volume 7 Fallen Grayson, hardcover and paperback. That's the final Tom Taylor volume.
The Tom Taylor Nightwing run.
From the DC Vault, Death in the Family, Robin Lives. This is the 4-issue miniseries that Jim Starlin... It's actually not Jim Starlin and Jim Aparo. That's incorrect. It's actually Rick Leonardi as art and J.M. DeMatteis as writer. This is only listing the 4-issue miniseries. This is essentially, they finally told the what if Jason Todd had lived, and it's a 4-issue miniseries. J.M. DeMatteis knocked it out of the park. The whole thing is about trauma and the psychological torture Jason Todd went through, and how he's not okay just because he's alive. It's great. I don't know why they didn't include the one-shot that has the alternate pages that showed where he lived. That's not currently on the list. But then it says Jim Starlin and Jim Aparo, who are the actual writer and artist for that one-shot. So I'm kind of hoping this is going to get sorted out, and it will be the reprint. Because they reprinted that death issue, but put in the pages where he lived. I hope it's that, and then the 4-issue series. So I think it'd be a great volume. So, really good series though. I was shocked. I was expecting it to be a throwaway, but it was amazing.
I might check it out now. Honestly,
yeah.
It just sounds really good.
I thought it'd be a throwaway, but J.M. DeMatteis showed up and brought it, and Rick Leonardi on art. And they printed it on the old paper too, like the old style paper. And I was like, oh, this is great. Gotham by Gaslight: The Kryptonian Age Volume 1. That's half of the 12-issue miniseries. That's part of the new Elseworlds line. That's a hardcover. Gotham City Year 1 by Tom King in paperback. Punk Rock Jesus New Edition by Sean Murphy, paperback. Batman Elmer Fudd, the deluxe edition. Why are we doing one? That's not a single issue, guys. If you want to buy a single issue for $20, there you go. Booster Gold, the complete 2007 series, Book 2. This is
I can't wait.
Following up Book 1. The contents-wise, I think we still have one more book to go. I believe there's still.
I can't wait. I remember loving the Dan Jurgens Booster Gold.
Justice League by Scott Snyder and James Tynion in the 4th Omnibus. It should be a Volume 1, because there's still more to go, but that's cool.
Yep.
Plastic Man No More, this hasn't come out yet, but the hardcover's coming out in April. This is a Black Label series. It's described as a body horror, very Thing-inspired.
This one I might try. Probably will pick up monthly, because I love Plastic Man. I love Plastic Man that much.
Legion of Superheroes 5 years later Omnibus New Edition. That's great because Volume 2 has been able to get by people, but Volume 1 has gone for like $400 or $500 on eBay.
Oh, so that's great.
So that's great. It's coming back. That is an interesting run. I wouldn't say it's my favorite Legion run, but that is a fascinating run. They did a 5-year time skip, and it gets crazy. 100 Bullets Book 2 New Edition. Batman Brave and the Bold Volume 2. We don't know the contents, but they've been collecting Brave and the Bold weird. It's an anthology book. Like the first volume was just one story that came from across like 6 issues. This is probably more of the same. Dark Knights of Steel, the deluxe edition, the entire series in one hardcover. JLA book. What was that?
Has Kelly Thompson's Birds of Prey been collected yet in a trade?
It has. The first trade just came out last week.
Okay.
Yeah. JLA Book 2. This is great because when they collected JLA before, they stuck to the Grant Morrison stuff specifically. But these new trades, which are long enough to be DC's finest, I don't know why they're not DC finest, but whatever. These trades are collecting all the JLA, just starting from where JLA started and collecting all of it, even if Grant Morrison didn't do it. And so this is continuing that, which is awesome. I've been collecting these.
I'm glad because I really been meaning to pick up the GLA books for a while now.
I haven't read the first volume yet, but I got it on sale at my comic shop for Free Comic Book Day, and I'm like, I got to read that, but now I have a date to read it by. All right, Nightwing Rebirth Omnibus is going to be the first chunk before the Rick Grayson stuff. So, there's probably going to be a Rick Grayson Omnibus, guys. All right, Batman and Robin Volume 2, Batman vs. Robin. This is the Grant Morrison trade paperback, just a new edition. I don't need that because I got the Omnibus. Birds of Prey Volume 3 hits in April. This is the Kelly Thompson run.
I just read I got the newest issue because I got the newest issue because I saw Xanta was in it, and I'm like, I love that character, so I'm like, pick it up, even though she appeared in the last issue. I did not expect that issue was going to cartoon land. I love that. Love that issue.
This book is Kelly Thompson's Birds of Prey run has been amazing, and she keeps getting amazing artists too.
There was one that's unfortunate because clearly made up the story, so I was kind of out of the loop.
It's like you're like I think at part 5 of 6 of that storyline. All right, Green Lantern Silver Age Omnibus New Edition, Suicide Squad New 52 Omnibus. Surprising, but not unwelcome. There you go. Kingdom Come for Compact Edition. Great. Nightwing the Prince of Gotham Omnibus New Edition. This is the Kyle Higgins New 52 run. So I love that one. I actually really did like that Nightwing run.
It only wasn't Red Nightwing.
Outsiders Volume 2, Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing, back half of their series, trade paperback. This was surprising. Superman Final Crisis Legion of Three Worlds Deluxe Edition. This has never had a deluxe edition before, but it's George Perez art, so the question becomes, I have the hardcover, do I buy the deluxe edition?
You decide.
Superboy Prime's the main character. Maybe I'm not going to buy it. Superman Action Comics, I Bizarro. That's the start of the Jason Aaron stuff, paperback. Batman Full Moon. This is a mini-series where Batman fights a werewolf, hardcover. Birds of Prey Hero Hunters New Edition. This is the second of the new collections of the Gail Simone Birds of Prey, and it's coming out again. I would have needed this if my comic shop didn't have a copy when I realized I was actually buying the new trades.
I might get definitely gonna get this then.
Murder and Mayhem comes out in October again. That's the first one. This is the second, and I believe all the others are still in print.
Hey, look! It's the thing that killed Don DC.
Oh, look! Night Terrors as an omnibus. Yeah, that's why I'm like, you could probably wait for an Absolute Power omnibus if you wanted that, because this is quick for an event. Also, Ryan, if you need the list for the Birds of Prey volumes because they're not numbered, just DM me later.
Okay.
Nightwing Volume 1 Bloodhaven New Edition's weird because this is the Denny O'Neil, Chuck Disson's first volume. They just put out a compendium with the Nightwing stuff. I don't know why we need the single trade anymore, but there you go. It's coming out again. Red Hood and the Outlaws New 52 Omnibus New Edition. Not a good run, in my opinion. Superman Up in the Sky Deluxe Edition. That's the Tom King series I did not like. Flash Volume 3 of the current run, paperback. Dr. Fate by J.M. DeMatteis, which does not have consistent contents. We don't know what this is, but that 80s Dr. Fate stuff's never been collected. It's listed as paperback, but it's a 776 page paperback for $30, which doesn't make any damn sense. But whatever this is, I'm buying it.
I think it was J.D. Mateus on Twitter was really excited.
Yes.
And seeing this, so I love Dr. Fate as a character. I've been meaning to read more stuff with him, so this is perfect. Late
80s Dr. Fate, right before they ruined the character.
Also, I mean, that cover art, fantastic. Right there.
I've been wanting this collected for so long, I can't wait. Green Lantern Volume 3, current series paperback. Injustice 2 Omnibus. For all of you that were asking about this, because I've had a lot of people, like when they started doing Injustice compendiums, people were like, are they ever going to do Injustice 2 in an omnibus? What's weird is it doesn't include Injustice 0 Year, which was the last Injustice comic. I think that should have been in here just to...
Probably a separate deluxe trade.
Probably a separate deluxe maybe. At this point. It was only like...
I'm still waiting for goddamn Jeremy Adams' Flash should be in a compendium already.
Yeah, compendium or an omnibus or something. All right.
Lantern. I mean, the biggest one is lanterns. When's that, DC?
Looney Tunes, Catch That Wascally Rabbit. I just wanted to say that. Nightwing, A Night in Bloodhaven Compendium 2. This is the continuation of the previous compendium. Another 1,100 pages of Nightwing. Suicide Squad by John Ostrander Omnibus. I was going to get the DC Finest, but then they're like, Omnibus. And I'm like, okay, Omnibus. Give it to me. That's fantastic. That's volume 1. So I think that's one that could be done in 2. Maybe 3. But Superman Death and Return Compendium. In case you don't want the Omnibus, want the same exact contents, paperback edition.
I'm definitely going to get this.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get this. Yeah, because
I love this comic.
I love the comic, but I never owned it, so it's a great way to get it.
I'm currently deciding, do I need to get the Omnibus, because are the Triangle Years Omnibuses also going to include Death and Return? Or are they just going to skip over it, and I'm going to regret not having the Omnibus? So, anyways, there's that.
It really depends what's the content scenario.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting to see. I will know when they announce the contents of Triangle Years Superman Volume 2. I'll know then. Legion of Superheroes, The Curse Deluxe Edition. This is the rest of the Paul Levitt's 80s Legion series that is after Great Darkness Saga. I never got this because I missed it when it was out. I'm so happy it's coming back, and that's why I got to rebuy Great Darkness Saga and Deluxe, so these two match, because they'll match also with the two before the Darkness hardcovers, and they'll have the entire 80s Paul Levitt's run in hardcover. I'm so excited. Some people said they could have just slapped the Curse and Great Darkness Saga together into an omnibus, and that would have been cool too. And this works in case you were missing one or both. All right, Wonder Woman Volume 3, Tom King trade paperback. Absolute Superman Red Sun. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Batman the Barbarian hardcover Elseworlds. DC Pride box set. That's the 2021, 2022, and 2023 hardcovers. Surprisingly, in a box set.
Oh, that's nice.
Welcome back, Spin Dash. We just talked about the Injustice 2 omnibus you were asking about a while back. DC Pride to the Farthest Reaches. That's the 2024 special in hardcover. Jenny Sparks Be Better trade paperback. Static Season 1 DC Compact Edition. Heck yeah.
Yes, more people. $10 price point. Yes, more people read it, please.
Wonder Woman by Greg Rucka Omnibus Volume 1. Holy crap. Was not expecting that. But I'm tempted. Really good one? It's a good one.
That really good? Yeah, okay, I might check it out.
Rucka's one of the good ones. I'm considering starting a Wonder Woman Omnibus collection. I'm like, I should get Gail Simone. I should get the George Perez Volume 1, because for some reason I only have the Volume 2, and I want to get the Greg Rucka. Because
I mean, again, I really want to read some really good ones, so I just don't know where to start. So that I might get this in.
Personal opinion-wise, I think the last great run of Wonder Woman in the modern day was Greg Rucka. When he came back for Rebirth, which will probably be the Volume 2, is probably the Greg Rucka Rebirth stuff. Anyways, good stuff. Batman Beyond the White Knight, paperback edition. Cosmic Odyssey, the deluxe edition. This was Jim Starlin and Mike Mignola. I might need to read that. I don't even know what that is. But kind of like, ooh.
You just see both Jim Starlin and Mike Mignola.
Yeah. DC vs. Vampires World War V Volume 1. That's the next DC vs. Vampires series hardcover. Deceased Compact Edition for all you zombie heads. Superman Golden Age Omnibus New Edition. Superman The Last Days of Lex Luthor hardcover. It's a black label. The Spectre Wrath of the Spectre Omnibus New Edition. DC's reading my heart and giving me more. I'm going to have my Spectre and my Dead Man that I really wish I had when I got that Phantom Stranger finally.
So we're glad it's like a cheaper price point, cheaper quote unquote.
Yeah, $100 for 680 pages. Yeah, that's some good stuff in there. Wonder Woman Historia paperback. Absolute Death of Superman. In case you need another format for this comic, I will tell you, if they do Absolute Reign of the Superman, I might be tempted, but I'm kind of holding out. I've never bought an Absolute, and I'm kind of holding it. Even though the deluxe edition is coming out, I would buy Absolute Far Sector. Okay.
Don't you have one Absolute? I thought you had one. I thought you did have one when you did that comic format video.
No, I actually don't. The closest thing to an Absolute edition I have is this Lady Death omnibus in a slipcase.
Okay.
I don't actually own any DC Absolutes because none of the ones they made were really the stories. I sort of regret it not buying Absolute Crisis. If they reissue Absolute Crisis in Infinite Earths, I would buy that. But I looked through the list and I was like, none of these are like ones where I'm like, I need the biggest, fanciest format for it, you know? But Far Sector, DC could get me a Far Sector. They could get me the Reign of the Superman as well. Anyways, moving on. Batman Volume 5 by Chip Zdarsky, hardcover paperback. Power Girl Volume 3 paperback. It looks like they're picking up the pace, by the way. Volume 2 is in February.
Finally.
Volume 3 is in June. Like, DC's doing a lot of great stuff with these old collections, but their current stuff is too slow. It's too slow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Red Lantern's Omnibus, though. What? The whole Red Lantern's New 52 series in an omnibus. And I'm like, oh, give it to me. Because this is a highlight. The Red Lantern's book was actually really good. Love that one. All right. Superman Year One by Frank Miller, paperback. DC Universe by Steve Ditko, omnibus. That's pretty cool. I don't ever pick up those type, though. Batwoman Elegy is a DC compact edition. That's one of the best Batwoman comics. It was also like her first solo series.
So that one I definitely want to get. Well, I mean, the compact are so cheap. Might as well get most of them.
There's also a Deceased omnibus for all the DC stuff. Superman Adventures is getting the compendium treatment. Batman, the animated series, Batman and Robin got omnibuses. Batman Beyond got compendium. Superman's getting compendium. It's just a popularity thing. But hey, Superman Adventures coming back to print. I'm excited. So. Superman Volume 4 by not Mark Waid.
Joshua Williams?
Joshua Williamson and Dan Mora. Paperback. Superman's Pal Jimmy Olsen by Matt Fraction and Steve Lieber. Deluxe edition. This is the entire series in one big hardcover.
Wait, you're telling me Matt Fraction did a series about Jimmy Olsen? How come I never heard of this?
He did. It was great. And it was better than the Lois Lane series that Greg Rucka did at the time that ultimately just became event tie-in fodder. This was during the Bendis era of Superman, so I think that's probably why you didn't know it came out.
You say the words we don't say in this house.
Bendis Superman. Superman's Pal Jimmy Olsen's great book, though. The Authority Book 2, paperback, new edition.
They really want to get those books. They really want to get those books out for that movie.
Yep. We saw that with Marvel, too. They're like, look at all this Daredevil. And I'm like, hell yeah, it's the Daredevil. But it's also like, yeah, it's because there's a show. 100 Bolts, Book 3, new edition. Batman Superman World's Finest, Volume 6, paperback and hardcover. What's crazy is that's stuff that's right now with the Batmite stuff. And that doesn't come out till next June.
I need to catch up on World's Finest. The last arc I read was the Metamorpho arc.
Yeah. If for some reason you like the Detective Comics New 52 early days, you can get an omnibus now. I don't judge. But
I need to get the Rise and Fall of the Bat Family omnibus.
I still need to get that one too. It seems like it's the hardest Batman omnibus that I want to find right now. I'm like, I need to get that sooner than later.
Yeah, it's the price. I'm just waiting for that price to go down. I think.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Absolute Edition, new edition.
Really?
Yeah, Muteki, this is why I didn't start with comics today, because I would have lost the audience.
I was not expecting League of Extraordinary.
Yeah, DC owns part of it. They don't own the whole thing.
This is genius why they're doing this. They done
the Superman Legacy box set, yes.
I know they've done this before with was it Black Adam and Flash?
And the Batman and the Flash.
But
this
still,
comes with All-Star Superman, Superman for All Seasons, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, which was one of 2 Alan Moore stories that he did for Superman, and Kingdom Come.
Some of the best Superman.
Guys, that is, if you want your Superman starter set, right there. Buy that box set.
I have Kingdom Come.
Just slip in. We just need to slip in Superman. We just slip in Superman Clash. Was it Clash of the Clan? Smashes the Clan, and then it'll be perfect.
It's a pretty good box set. Superman Birthright is coming to compact. Read that. Oh my God, Mark Waid's first Superman thing.
It's great.
My favorite Superman origin. I love that. I have that in hardcover. It's so good. Titans Volume 3 paperback. Authority Book 1 compact edition. Not surprising. Detective Comics Volume 1. This is the Tom Taylor run, hardcover and paperback. Catwoman Volume 1 for Torun Grumbeck. This is the All-In. So the All-In books are getting Volume 1s now. So, basically, it's still, I think the issue numbers aren't resetting, but they're starting the volume numbers over.
Did we miss the Tom Taylor Nightwing omnibus? Because I thought that was announced also a long time ago.
It's still coming. We haven't gotten to it yet.
Okay.
Nightwing Volume 8, which is Dan Waters. It's weird. Nightwing isn't starting its volume numbers over, but Catwoman is. I don't get it, but whatever. Paperback hardcover Nightwing. Superman by Philip Kennedy Johnson Omnibus Volume 1, though. That's pretty surprising. Pretty happy about that, though. That's the War World stuff.
Oh, yeah, I heard nothing but good. I need to read that arc. I've been meaning to read that arc for a while.
Authority Omnibus New Edition. Batman and Robin Volume 1 paperback. That's Joshua Williamson writing, I think. Flex Mentallo Deluxe Edition was not on my list, but hey, I love all the Doom Patrol stuff. That's coming back to print. John Constantine Hellblazer by Jamie Delano, Omnibus Volume 2. Oh my god, we're only on page 3.
How many
we're on
pages
page 4.
we
We're on
have
page 4. We're almost there. We're almost done. Oh my god, my voice is dying. Poison Ivy Volume 5 hardcover paperback. I'm amazed that book is so good and still keeps going. I don't like it that much, but it's still going, and that's amazing. I started reading it. It's just not my jam. Supergirl, the New 52 Omnibus. Total surprise. But that's one of the better super books from New 52.
Yeah, I heard nothing but good things about the Supergirl, so I might check it out.
Thanks, movies. Batman War Games Omnibus. If you are a Stephanie Brown fan, this book is not for you. If you're a Stephanie Brown fan that can overlook if you can overlook what they did to Stephanie Brown in this book, I like it. I actually think this is a pretty solid Batman arc. I have all the paperbacks. I'm not going to rebuy it. It's not that good. But, like, this I really liked War Games. It does, if you're a Stephanie Brown fan, though, there's some horrible stuff that happens to her in this. But, in both character and storyline. But they fixed it later. That's why I'm okay with it now. At the time, it was worse than it is now. But War Games is crazy. I like War Games. Shazam Volume 3, paperback. Superman Batman Book 1 Compact Edition. That's the Jeff Loeb, Ed McGuinness, Michael Turner stuff.
That's the one based on Public Enemies, right?
Yeah. I think it's also the Supergirl stuff, too. It's 304 pages. Wonder Woman by George Perez Volume 2. This is the paperback based on the second half of the first Omnibus. Coming back out to print. Absolute DC New Frontier New Edition. Classic Darwin Cook series. DC Horror presents Creature Commandos being written by David Dastmalchian. That's paperback. Here it is. Nightwing by Tom Taylor Omnibus. This should be Volume 1 because the cover says Volume 1. This is up to issue 100. The guess is that Volume 2 is also going to contain his Titans.
Or Titans, because...
Or Beast World.
Beast World, because, Nightwing, Tom Taylor, Beast World, Titans Academy, and Dark Crisis affect a lot of Tom Taylor's Nightwing's run, so I won't be trying to
this volume
in.
Is 78 to 100, Urban Legends 10, Nightwing Annual 1, and Son of Kal-El 9.
That's nice including Son of Kal-El there.
Yeah, that was a 2-part crossover between the two books.
Yeah, my partner loves Tom Taylor's Night. It was like his DC book that he chose on his own, and he loves it. So I'm glad they're releasing Omnibus.
And the second Omnibus, I think because they're sticking to by Tom Taylor, I think the second Omnibus will be Beast World, Titans, and the remaining Nightwing.
At least the stuff that's related to what's going on with the Nightwing story.
Superman City of Tomorrow Compendium. This is that early 2000s Joe Kelly, Jeff Loeb, Mark Millar, Doug Mankey, Ed McGuinness era. That's cool. It's getting compendium because that stuff hasn't been recollected in a long time.
Is that some good stories there?
I've heard good things about it. I haven't read it myself though.
I might check it out then.
Yeah. Creature Commandos presents Frankenstein with Shade Book 2. This is like when they reprinted the New 52 series and then just added some stuff at the beginning and the end, and this is the second half of that. I didn't rebuy it because I was like, I don't really like the New 52 Frankenstein anyways. Harley Quinn Volume 1. That's the new all-in version, trade paperback. Justice League International Book 2 reprint. Please make a Book 3. I don't want to buy the Omnis. I like the paperbacks. Superman by Kurt Busiek Book 2 hardcover. Pretty nice. Authority Omnibus Volume 2. Terrifics Complete Collection. I somehow never read Terrifics.
You haven't? I thought you would read
You think I would with the fact it's got Plastic Man, Phantom Girl, Mr. Terrific, and Metamorpho, and it's literally like the Fantastic Four. I didn't pick it up because it was in that post-freaking Dark Knight's Metal era that I was not having a fun time with DC. And then I regretted it because I was like, all these books are going to last 6 issues and they're done for. And then it actually lasted 30.
Thank you, Superman Legacy.
Yes. And because of Superman Legacy, we're getting a complete collection paperback for $60. And I'm like, yes, I'll take it.
That one, I can't wait for that one.
Yep.
I can't wait.
I've never read it. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to read it on DC Universe ahead of time. I'm going to buy it and read it in July. That's a ways off. But hey, I'll read it then. And then Swamp Thing Green Hell is coming to paperback. And that is the DC Edelweiss catalog update.
My God, who woke up DC?
That's 168 books they're putting out between January and July. Some may get canceled, some may get resolicited, some may get added. That may not be it, but the fact they dropped all that at once was amazing because there's so much I want. Just a mix of things, right? Like you saw me get excited. The Legion reprints is exactly what I needed.
I think what's
Dead
nice
Man
is
and
the
Spectre
variety.
reprints are my jam, though. I'm so
I
hyped.
think what's nice about it is there's so much variety. There's some really nice variety in what they announced here. You got your lesser known heroes, your big ones, and all that stuff. Like all great stuff. A lot of great re-releases that people who really want to check out are coming out. But that all great stuff.
So
It's
much good.
great,
The fact that even if all the Legion stuff is reprints, there's 3 reprints of Legion stuff. That gives me hope they might continue doing more Legion Omnis now.
Yeah, because I mean, we've been complaining about how DC's trade release has been pretty bad as of late. So I guess they heard us finally and go like, "Well, time to haul ass." God. Anyways, what's happening this week, Soundout?
I have no idea. I haven't figured out this week's videos yet. I'm still recovering from this weird throat thing. There's videos this week. I got sent a comic from the Massiveverse. So that's gonna be something.
Anyways,
you guys will know later what the videos are this week. Ryan, plug. I turned my overlay off. Whoops.
Hey, follow Fighter Chaos on twitch.tv at Fighter Chaos. He streams every Tuesday, King of Tuesdays at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Santa will be there. Chaos will be there. They play KOF and talk about video game stuff. And you can follow me at Darko643 on YouTube and Twitter. I do art images like the brand new art assets I made at the beginning of the stream all those hours ago. So you want any, feel free to DM me near Twitter or send out Discord protocol on the link below.
And on that note, we will do a normal size stream tomorrow. We'll only go for like 2 hours next week. It will be normal next week. This week was just to catch up, and DC also murdered us with the timing. And also Marvel, because those Epic collections. I want to cover more stuff like that, and hopefully they don't just drop all at once at the same time. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed the extra long stream. Like I said, we did 2 really long ones back to back. We took a week off between. Next week will be more normal, I think. So that'll be fun.
Bandai's gonna knock on your door. Hey Sam, we look at the
when's Tamashii Nation 2024? Is that in a couple months, please? Anyways, see you guys next week. Enjoy the videos on this channel. For this week, whatever they are, it may be a little light because I'm just trying to get back into the groove of things, but there'll be stuff for sure. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.